will receive. Texas A&M won the coin toss. Deferred. A&M will get the ball in the second half. Jim, the Tigers get the ball first. Slip Watkins and Kitchen back deep. Need a good return here to start things off.
Okay, Greg, well, we'll see if they'll have an opportunity to run one back. Most everybody this year is trying to keep it away from them. Georgia kicked it into the end zone. Miami kicked the sky kick, and Vanderbilt kicked it short, too. So we'll see as Kitchen and Watkins are out on the field. LSU will receive to the left, which is the northern end of the playing field, and Texas A&M will kick it away from right to left. The biggest crowd of the season expected here tonight. Close to 80,000 will be here, and just before kickoff, let's pause 5 seconds for stations to identify themselves. This is the LSU Sports Network. Lane Talbot is back to kick it away for A&M. Everybody's mind drifts back to the A&M game last year when LSU kicked to the Aggies and they ran it back 92 yards for a touchdown. Tigers would like nothing more than to do that very same thing here. Kitchen is standing to the near side of the field and Slip Watkins to the far side. They are back deep to receive. As Talbot will kick it away from the 35. A&M is 3-0. They've beaten Hawaii, USL, and North Texas State. LSU 2-1. They've beaten Georgia, Miami of Ohio, and lost last week to Vanderbilt. Here we go. Talbot hits it, and it is deep in the direction of Kitchen. And he'll take it 3 yards. He's going to run it out at the 5-10, at the 15-20, at the 25-yard line. He's out of bounds, and a nice job by Kitchen. And the Tigers will put it in play. First and 10 at the 25, a 28-yard return by Todd Kitchen. And he was run out of bounds by Chris Cruz right in front of the LSU bench at the Tiger 25. One thing we were told tonight, I don't know if Greg told you, the Tigers are going to start, of course, Chad Luke at quarterback. They're going to go with a no-huddle offense to begin the ball game. Let's see how that works out, and certainly that could very well take Texas A&M by surprise. Luke is 9 for 14 for 174 yards. He is making his first start. Carter to the far side, Kitchen to the near side. In the backfield, the Williams brothers, Harvey and Darrell. The first play of the ball game is underway. Luke has it. Drops, takes the handoff, deep drop to throw, rolls to the near side, he'll run, 25-30, and he is going to be out of bounds at the 31-yard line. There is the new dimension that Chad Luke gives immediately to the LSU ball club, the ability to roll out of the pocket and run. William Thomas, the outside linebacker, ran him out of bounds, but he gets by. And there is no huddle. LSU is at the line of scrimmage now, they're ready to go. Carter is the flanker to the near side. An I formation in the backfield with Williams. Now Carter and Kitchen both flank out to the far side. Second and 5. Luke looks to the far side. Has the ball. Hands it to Harvey. Harvey spins up close to the 35 and is hit hard at about the 34-yard line. He was drilled hard there, a yard short of a first down. Anthony Williams and Albert Jones combined to make the stop, but the Tigers are looking at third down and less than a yard.
Jim, the Tigers are going with the no-huddle offense, as you mentioned. The thing about the no-huddle is it puts a lot of pressure on the defense to get something called and get out there, especially A&M, who likes to switch their linebackers around. Could catch Texas A&M out of position defensively.
Tigers are not huddling, but they're still talking to one another. Receivers on both sides in a split-back formation. Luke looks to the far side, now calls for the football, gives it to Williams, first down up to the 38-yard line. Harvey Williams around the near side, and the Tigers have the first down. Jason Black and Kevin Smith on the stop. And there is the first down of the ball game at the LSU 38-yard line. Hash marks to the near side of the field. Now the officials standing at the ball are really not allowing LSU to run the play very quickly. Now the clock is started, and they better get out of the way because the Tigers are ready to run a play. They've got Darrell Williams in the slot to the near side. Here comes Kitchen to the near side, and Carter goes to the far side. First and 10. Luke at quarterback. Darrell Williams, the lone running back. Aggies show blitz. There's Williams in motion to the far side. Draw play. Darrell Williams across the 40, up to the 41-yard line. The Aggies were coming, and the Tigers caught him on the delay handoff, and Darrell Williams gets about 4. Quentin Coriat and Anthony Williams on the stop for A&M.
Tim, LSU tried to draw play that time. Good play against the blitz. If Darrell Williams breaks through the initial wave of defenders, he's gone for a long run.
Now they are huddling for the first time in the ball game, and Scott Ray comes to bring a play in from the sideline. Ray to the far side, Kinchin to the near side. They are the receivers. High formation in the backfield. The Williams brothers on 2nd down and 6. Luke hands it to Harvey. Coming outside, slips one tackle and another, and is down to the 47-yard line. 1 yard short of a first down is Williams on the carry to the near side. Kevin Smith and Quentin Coriat again on the stop, and Williams at this point, Greg, doesn't show any signs of being hampered by that hamstring pull.
Good job of running by Harvey that time. He got the sprint draw. Chad went back, gave him the football. What LSU did was try to trap that linebacker coming up the football field and try to get Harvey inside of him to pick up the first down. It's going to be 3rd and about 2.
3rd and 2 at the 46. The Tigers 1 for 1 on 3rd down attempts. Receivers both sides. Now a split back formation. A&M has 5 men at the line of scrimmage, and here's Williams up the middle. Big hole, and he's down to the A&M 43-yard line. Big hole, knocked in the line by Andy Martin and Blake Miller, and the last man to stop him was Chris Cruz, and he got him. There's a flag on the play down around the 42-yard line.
That's going to be a tough penalty. Jim called it on one of the LSU coaches. I think he was out on the football field screaming about something that happened out there, and officials just came over and threw the flag. If it's going to be against LSU, which it looks like it will be, that's going to be a costly penalty. They got unsportsmanlike conduct against the Tigers. That'll cost them 15 yards on a great drive.
That's too bad, and for it to happen on the coaching staff is even worse. My goodness, you can't afford that. And it's Pete Jenkins they're talking to.
Looks like
Jenkins' team is not even on the field.
Well, it looks like
Kenny Farrow.
Kenny Farrow, the offensive line coach.
It's Kenny Farrow. Well, that'll hurt. There's the first bullet that the Tigers have put in their foot tonight.
And they were moving the football. I mean, LSU had this Texas A&M defense completely off balance.
Well, let's see if they can overcome it. It is 1st and 25 now. The ball is back at the LSU 42. 2 receivers to the far side. Luke has not thrown yet, and still doesn't. Gives it to Darrell Williams, and he got 2, and that's it. Cross-buck to Darrell Williams, and it'll be 2nd down and 23. Albert Jones and Jason Black in on the stop. Boy, that may be a killer right there, and may have turned this football game around in the first 5 minutes of play. No score, 12-10 to go, first quarter.
No doubt. LSU moving the ball very well. Now they've got a 2nd and long, which puts them in a tough situation, especially with Chad Luke making his first start.
Now to put it in the air. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side, and Luke drops to throw. He has good protection. Down the middle, complete to Kinchin, but he's not going very far. And down he goes at midfield. He had some people open deep, but he threw the up-man Kinchin, and it is a short gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down at about 20. Tyrone Malone and William Thomas make the stop for Texas A&M.
Chad comes with a straight drop back. The person that's open deep is his tight end. Tight end's running down the middle of the football field. Nobody picks him up. I talked with Coach Zonbecker before the game, and he said they've got some plays in where they want to get the ball to the tight end, but it'll be when Todd Kinchin lines up as a tight end.
Well, it is 3rd and 18. LSU is 2 of 2, but they've got a big hill to climb here. Shotgun formation. There's a snap. Here comes the blitz. Luke in trouble. Screen play, but they got it smelled out and thrown for a loss as Williams. Nobody blocked the A&M defender at all on the far side. That is Martin Haynes, and the 15-yard penalty killed the Tiger offensive drive.
They just destroyed the drive. They're moving the football. Here they try to screen to Harvey Williams. The thing about LSU's offense with the screen pass, they don't throw it very much, but when they throw it, they like to throw it to the left side of the offense. They've never thrown the ball to the right side on the screen.
Here is Shane Garrett back in deep single safety for A&M, and in to punt the ball away is Brian Griffin. Boy, that would have been a big plus if LSU could have scored or got some points on that first drive. There's a snap, no rush, and Griffin hits a nice high, wobbly, hanging spiral. And it is fumble. The flag goes down, I believe. There was no fair catch called for, and one of the Tigers hit the guy as soon as the ball got there. That was Gordy Rush, and I don't know what happened on that one. Apparently, A&M recovered the fumble. He never called for a fair catch, and Rush hit him hard. May have hit him, though, before the ball got there. A 44-yard punt. Maybe there wasn't a flag. Yeah, there was. And again, a personal foul against LSU, and here we go.
That time Rush came down, did a good job of covering. He's got to break down, allow the man a chance to catch the punt, then hit him. So it's going to, he can't get in that 3-yard or 2-yard area around him. Just allow him to catch the punt, then he can make the hit. Big play for A&M now. They've got the football, plus it's going to be 15 yards tacked onto it.
So that's 30 yards and penalties that LSU has managed to hand itself in the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Well, that was just about a split second off as far as Rush is concerned, because he absolutely decked the guy who was trying to catch the football. And here we go. Texas A&M with the first series. They have it 1st and 10 at their 28-yard line. Pavlis is the quarterback. High formation in the backfield. Lewis and Wilson back there. And it's Lewis with the football, and he's at the 30 and is wrestled down there. He got 2 as he tried that wounded LSU defensive middle, and that was it. Darren Lewis, who is the all-time leading rusher for Texas A&M, is stopped by David Walkup and Scott Wharton. And it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Aggies. Here comes Oliver flanking to the near side. He is the lone flanker here. Split back formation with a slot man to the near side and a lone running back. That's Lewis, and here's a toss sweep near side. Lewis trying to turn the corner, and there's nothing there. He's stacked up at about the 34. He got 2. Well, the Aggies don't use a lot of the toss sweep. That's a new play that they put in, and the Tigers would have none of it. Good pursuit by the defense. David Walkup, Ravelro Swat, and Anthony Marshall all there.
The team that had success against LSU was Georgia with the toss sweep. When they came in with the freshman tailback, tossed it to them. They had good success getting outside. I'm sure that's where the A&M coaches got that play from.
3rd down and 5 for A&M. A little confusion in the backfield for A&M. They can't get the receivers to the right side. Now they do. Send Garrett to the far side. Oliver to the near side, and back is Pavlis. He unloads the pass, complete 30, 35. Aggie 1st down, and down at the A&M 43-yard line. Well, it was the flanker, Shane Garrett, who drifted out all alone on the far side of the field. Great pressure on Pavlis, but he unloaded it just at the second before he was hit, and a big play.
Big play that time. LSU had single coverage up at the top on Garrett. He ran what they call a little hitch. He took 2 steps up, came back behind the line of scrimmage, made the catch. He got an offensive lineman out in front of him and picked up the 1st down.
Ray Adams and Mike Hewitt on the stop for the Tigers, but the Aggies have a 1st down. There's no score in the ball game with 8:54 left in the quarter. Here receivers far side, toss out to Lewis. Coming to the near side, cuts it back. Over 1 tackle, slips another, and is pushed down at about the 49-yard line. Darren Lewis. Boy, he is a good one. And it is Anthony Marshall and Anthony Williams who finally overwhelmed him after he broke about 3 tackles and got 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and about 3, maybe closer to 4, at the A&M 49-yard line. Ash marks to the near side of the field. LSU took the opening kickoff, driving well, had it deep in Aggie territory. An unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Tiger bench killed the drive. Here is Pavlis. Gives it right up the middle, and very close to the 1st down is Darren Lewis as he's hit and knocked down at the LSU 48-yard line. Lewis doesn't need a very big hole, and it looked for a moment as if he would get the 1st down, and then the Tigers converged on him. Darryl McQuarrie and Anthony Williams, and we may measure, but I don't think it's a 1st down.
Looks like Lewis is going to be just a little short. He's going to be the guy that carries the ball for him. He's carried the ball 4 times for 14 yards, and it's going to bring up the 3rd down to about 1. Jim, the 30-second clock on the field is broken on both ends. That's why we don't see. That's why it's not lit up tonight.
It's been a problem for the Tigers. 1 receiver near side I formation. 3rd down and a yard. Roll back. Big pile up at the line of scrimmage. Robert Wilson on the carry may have it, and does, but not by much. He is at the LSU 46, and it is a 1st down for Texas A&M. Lots of guys have a hand in on that one. John Morgan was there, 6'5", 245-pounder. Anthony Williams also. And the Aggies have a drive going that started back at their 28-yard line, which was aided by a Tiger personal foul penalty. So here goes Oliver to the far side. The near side flanker was Cornelius Patterson. Split back formation. Wilson, Lewis, and backfield. It's Pavlis at quarterback. Looks to the near side. On 1st down, looks to the far side. Taking a long time at the line of scrimmage. Calls with the football. Hands it to Lewis. I think he took too much time. And a flag was thrown way over on the far side of the field. I think that'll be delay of the game. Scott Wharton made the stop, but they'll bring that one back, and it is delay of the ball game.
We talked about the clock not working. Pavlis just doesn't have any idea of how much time he's got left. Just stayed up there way too long. Got the leg aid penalty. That's the 1st penalty against A&M for 5 yards.
Moves the ball back into Aggie territory at the 49 at the hash marks to the near side of the field. No score, LSU, and A&M with 7:18 left to play in the first quarter. Here goes Patterson to the far side and Oliver to the near side. I formation in the backfield. Wilson and Garrett back there. Now Garrett flanks out to the near side, a lone setback. And here is Pavlis. Handed it straight up the middle, and there's nowhere to go for Robert Wilson. Wilson was handed the football, and there was nothing there. And he is pushed way back to the 45-yard line. Ravello Swan and Mike Hewitt said hello and welcome to Tiger Stadium, and there's no gain on the play.
Well, Jim, it's a good thing that for LSU that Pavlis handed the ball off to Wilson inside, because Garrett came out in a slot, and he was wide open. There was nobody out there. He had two receivers outside with one defensive back, so I'm sure A&M coaches have seen that. They're going to come back to that play.
Now Oliver flanks way out to the far side, and Garrett comes to the near side. High formation, second down and 15. Pavlis fakes the handoff, rolls to the far side, wants to throw, pumps, fakes, throws, intercepted! At the 40-yard line, picked off by Darryl McCarty. And the Tigers come up with a big defensive play.
Big play by LSU defensive backs. Good job of reading the quarterback's eyes. And coverage just stayed outside, stayed with his man. Good job. That was first interception of the year. We mentioned Pavlis was coming out. He was averaging about completing 65% of his passes. This is just a simple sprint out pass. He's got pressure coming on. He tries to force the football into his tight end and gets it intercepted. Big play right here. I think LSU needed that defensively to get off the football field, because A&M had him out there for quite some time, Jim.
It was intended for the tight end. Anthony Marshall was right there, too, had not McCarty made the pickoff. So here is Carter to the near side. He is the lone flanker. High formation in the backfield. Calvin Wyndham and Sammy Seams are in on this series. Chad Loop is still at quarterback. He was driving the team well in the first series. Now, Kinchin flanks to the far side. Wyndham sets up in the slot. He had better hurry, and he does. And he tosses it out, complete to Kinchin and out of bounds at the LSU 48-yard line. Loop may have changed the play on an audible at the line of scrimmage as he put Kinchin out on the flanker far side and tossed it over to him, and Derek Frazier ran him out of bounds in front of the Aggie bench.
That's what Chad Loop has to do. He came to the line of scrimmage, saw that the Aggies were in a blitz. That meant man-to-man coverage. He picked up Kinchin on the man-to-man coverage, a quick out. The good pass, good call by Chad Loop.
Now Scott Ray to the far side and Chad Loop to the near side. High in the backfield with Wyndham and Seamster on second down at about 2. Loop fakes the handoff, gives it away. Wyndham is close to a first down at midfield, and then he is rocked back as it looked like he ran into a brick wall there, but he is close to a first down. Anthony Williams, they have one too, and William Thomas make the stop, along with Tyrone Malone, and they'll look at it and say that it is about a yard short of a first down, and third down is coming. Well, this has been a quick first quarter. 5:40 left to play. No score, LSU and Texas A&M. The Tigers 2 of 3 on third down attempts. Kinchin near side, Carter far side. Seamster and Wyndham split behind Luke. Quarterback keeper Luke, I don't think he made it. He just fell down, I think. Now, Tyrone Malone was there, and I think it was going to be a quarterback keep, and I think that Luke just took it and fell down. He may have been off balance.
Looks like he fumbled the football on the snap. LSU was able to recover it, but he couldn't pick up the first down.
Well, let's see. Tyrone Malone, as we said, was right there. And the Tigers will have none of it. They're going to go for it and not punt the ball on fourth down and less than a yard at the 49. Did he drop the ball? He did. Okay. And he was lucky just for it to come back to him. A&M digs in. Tigers have the double tight end formation, I formation. In the backfield. Luke looks to the far side. Drops back to throw. Or does he? Now he's waiting on the snap. They tried to draw the Aggies offside, and it didn't work. Well, that was a great bit of patience by Texas A&M. Thought the Tigers were going to go for it and wish they had, but they did not. Luke tried to draw him off by dropping back and faking like he was going to throw the ball, but the ball was never snapped, and so they're going to punt it away. Well, that was unusual, to say the least.
I think it was a good time to call that play. Could have worked for him.
Could have worked. That is great patience by the Aggies, because I thought he was dropping back to throw. All right, Garrett again is a deep man for Texas A&M. And Ryan Griffith, the punter for LSU, standing at the Tiger 30. So a fumble causes this LSU drive to stall. It was a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that stopped the last one. Griffith hits a wobbly high spiral, and this time a fair catch is called for and taken out of bounds down around the 22-yard line. And so A&M will put it in play right there, 1st and 10. A 33-yard punt for Griffith, and the Tiger defense comes back onto the field.
Good job that time. LSU's defense is playing tough. That got a break, and when you get a turnover like that, you have to score on it to get something out of it. And LSU, as you mentioned, has stopped themselves offensively. The penalty on the first drive, and now the fumble on 4th down and 1, 3rd and 1. They've really stopped themselves. A&M had to stop them defensively, so LSU's really got to get it going here.
This will be the second drive of the ball game for Texas A&M. And there seems to be some confusion, maybe because of the play clock.
Seems they've got trying to get the play clock working again. They had it going for a minute, and that looks like it is going to be a holdup right now.
Although it is eliminated now, it still shows 0 on both ends, so it is not functional, and we have not had one single timeout, our score, or anything to stop play thus far. Lewis in the ball game has rushed 4 times for 14 yards. The Aggies have not thrown the football much. As a matter of fact, Pavlis is 1 for 2 and had his first interception of the year. They're over talking to Mike Archer now, and you can see someone down on his knees down in the north end zone had been working on the clock, and at first it was totally dark down there, but now they at least have it illuminated.
The thing at LSU try to do is make him throw the football in tough situations.
Now they got it working. All right, here's receivers on both sides now in an I formation. Pavlis is the quarterback, and he spins and hands it up the middle on a butt play to Doug Harbor across the 25. That is Carter's first carry. He's a 205-pound junior. Trying the LSU middle, and he gets about 3. Mike Hewitt and Bo Davis and Revelro Swan. And on the stop for the Tigers, it'll be 2nd down for the Aggies. And actually, they'll say he got closer to 4. We'll call it 2nd down and 6. Here comes Gary Oliver flanking to the near side. He's the lone flanker way out here. The short flanker far side is Shane Garrett, and a lone running back. On 2nd down, here comes a man in motion to the near side. That is Garrett. And here is Pavlis, rolls to the near side, hands it off to Lewis, and Lewis is hit hard and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Darren Lewis trying to bring it to the near side, and oh, was he upended hard out there by John Morgan and Daryl McCorvey. And Daryl McCorvey will hit you very hard.
Looked like Lewis had some room to run, and then McCorvey just comes in and makes a good, solid tackle with some help from Bo Davis on the inside. A&M's going to a lot of one-back set. 2 tight ends are trying to be physical with LSU.
3rd down and 4. The Aggies are 2 of 2 on 3rd down attempts. 1 receiver to the near side, 2 to the one far side, 2 to the near side. A lone setback, and Pavlis gets it up the middle, looking for room to run, and there is none. And thrown for a loss. Back at the 27-yard line is Doug Carter, and the Tiger defense really showed great pursuit there.
Good job. There was just no place to run inside on that play. The LSU defense had it defended well. It was just a sprint draw. Pavlis goes back, hands it to his tailback that time, and everything's piled up inside. Credit Bo Davis for keeping him thing from going up the middle, forcing him to go outside, and the Tiger pursuit was able to catch him from the back.
That was Williams and Hewitt and a couple of others in on the stop, and here comes the first Aggie punt. Sean Wilson standing back around the 15-yard line. Kinchin and Adams standing back around the LSU 40 on 4th down at about 5. There's the snap. Tigers only send 1 man, and there is some kind of booming kick. Adams over his shoulder takes it, drops it, picks it up at the 6. Oh, he's got problems, and he is down hard at the 16-yard line by Dennis Ramson, a tight end. And what a punt by Sean Wilson, a 62-yard punt in the air. Because the ball never hit the ground, Adams had to try to catch it over his shoulder.
What a job, and what that does for Texas A&M, instead of playing defense somewhere around the 35 or the 40, now they've got LSU backed up inside their own 20-yard line. That's what happens when you get such a good punt like that. It just changes the whole complexion of what you can do defensively.
Well, here come the Tigers up to the line of scrimmage. And Stahl Graves is in for his first series. Carter to the near side. Kinchin to the far side. I formation in the backfield. 1st and 10, LSU. Graves has the the football and hands it away, and this is Harvey Williams across the 20 up to about the 22-yard line. Williams over the left side, led by Darren Landry and Blake Miller, and Anthony Williams and William Thomas make the stop for Texas A&M, but Williams has about 6 on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Harvey Williams has carried 5 times for 31 yards.
Good job of running by Harvey that time. There were people in the hole, but he was able to jump open and pick up some yards. Ends up 2nd and 3.
1:29 left in the first quarter. There's no score. Receivers on both sides. Split back formation. The Williams brothers. Graves at quarterback. Hands it away to Darrell Williams, and he pushes ahead close to the first down. It may have been Harvey. I believe it was. That was a little too quick to be Darrell. Harvey wears 22, and Darrell wears 32, and Coriat and Williams make the stop, and it'll be 3rd down for LSU, and again, very short yardage.
They're going to take a timeout. Looks like they're going to measure here.
They measure this.
Okay. First down.
Looks to be a little short, but you can call for a measurement anytime you want to. There's a stretch of the chain, and it is short, and not by much. Length of the football, maybe. So the Tigers have 3rd down and less than a yard, and their 26-yard line as we have 1 minute and 8 seconds left to play. In the first quarter, there's no score. LSU 2 of 4 on 3rd down attempts. Graves, in his first series of the ballgame, brings the Tigers to the line of scrimmage, and everybody is in tight. Darrell and Harvey, I formation in the backfield. Graves is under center. Sends Kitchen in motion to the far side and hands it away. And getting the first down is Williams, but there's a flag on the play. Oh, my goodness. And don't you just flinch every time a flag hits the ground. Jones and Haynes make the stop for A&M, but the Tigers got the first down unless the penalty brings it back. And let's see, offsides, A&M.
I thought that Kitchen might have turned upfield just a little bit early that time, but instead they've got Texas A&M for the offsides. Good bit of running inside. LSU looks like they may not have had the first down anyway, but the penalty gives it to them.
Well, they'll take the penalty, of course, and it'll move it up to the 31-yard line, and LSU has picked up first down number 3. 1st and 10 just across the 30-yard line. 54 seconds left to play in the first quarter. No score. LSU, Texas A&M. Carter to the near side, Kitchen to the far side. Split back formation, the Williams brothers behind Graves. Luke handled the first 2 offensive series. Graves under center. Uh-oh, there's a mix-up there. He calls for the football, and it wasn't snapped. And there was movement on the line. William Thomas came across the line for Texas A&M, but that, I think, is going to be illegal procedure against LSU. Graves called for the ball, and Miller just didn't snap it.
He didn't snap it. Miller didn't snap the football. The only people that moved were Graves and the running back, Harvey Williams.
Well, that is illegal procedure.
It's the 4th penalty on LSU. They've been penalized 4 times for 40 yards.
Well, and the reason that there was the penalty is that Williams was moving in the backfield. That was just a mix-up on the snap count. So it is 1st and 15 for LSU back at the 25-yard line.
This may be the first pass of this drive.
Tough place to try to throw it to. Kitchen to the near side, Ray to the far side. High formation on 1st and 15. Clock is running. 19 seconds left in the quarter. Ray in motion to the near side, and Graves takes the handoff, drops to throw, looks, pumps, looks. Now he's going to try to run, and he just can't do it. Down he goes. That's the difference between Chad Loop and Saul Graves. Loop would have been able to get the ball out of there. Graves could not do it and lost yardage. John Miller in on the stop for Texas A&M. He took too long.
You're exactly right.
He had a lot of time.
Just took too long that time. And after a couple of seconds, if nobody breaks open, he's got to pull that thing down and start to move back there. If he relocates, he'll
penetrated into the other team's territory, but have not really mounted a serious scoring threat. Tigers had one, and a penalty killed it. A&M had one, and an LSU interception took care of that. 51 yards in total offense for LSU in the first quarter, and it is 2nd down and 17 as Saul Graves lost 2 on that last play. Well, for those of you down the line, the affiliates, we've got a lot of breaks to make up. Just bear with us. We'll get them as quickly as we can. There was no timeouts in that first quarter at all. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side, and a lone running back. A passing situation, and Graves now has changed the play again. Now he sets up a split back formation, looks to the far side, and fell down flat of his back. He is really having some trouble out there. He tried to step backwards and fell flat of his back. I don't know if he stepped on Blake Miller's foot or what, but he and Miller are having some problems, and that is, you gotta wonder why. He was the starting quarterback.
That's exactly what happens, Jim. Saul tries to get out of there, and Miller steps back, steps on his foot. Saul goes down. Now it's 3rd down and 20. LSU just wants to, in this play, I would assume they want to be safe and just try to not turn the football over.
They are 3 of 5 on 3rd down attempts. One thing they won't want to do is toss one out in the flat. 2 receivers over here in a split back formation. Graves looks to the far side and hands the ball away, and just pushing out to the 26-yard line is Harvey Williams, and you're exactly right. LSU is just trying to get a little running room for Griffin to punt the football away, and that was a very sloppy offensive series right there.
That's probably a good safe call, especially when you look at what's happened to Saul Graves on this drive. It just seems like the LSU offense is starting to self-destruct a little bit.
Black and Thomas on the stop, and here's Griffin back in again to punt the ball away. Back deep in single safety is Shane Garrett standing at the A&M 30. A moment ago, the Aggie punter Wilson hit a 62-yarder from about here. There's the snap. Griffith has plenty of time, and he hit it high, and a fair catch is called for and taken at the Aggie 31-yard line. So A&M will put it in play after a 43-yard punt. 1st and 10 at their 31-yard line, and here comes the Tiger defense back onto the field, and they have done a good job. This is the 3rd possession of the ball game for Texas A&M. They had the drive stopped on an interception by McCorvey. Their first drive of the ball game, had to punt it the last time they had it. And here is their 3rd possession. Pavlis is still the quarterback. Receivers on both sides in high formation in the backfield. And here is a handoff, and this is Lewis. That is Wilson on the carry, and Wilson gets about 2 as he's hit short of the 35-yard line. Anthony Williams and Daryl McCorvey, and on the stop, if you think we're saying Anthony Williams a lot tonight, you're right, because A&M also has an Anthony Wilson at inside linebacker. 2nd down and 6. Garrett to the far side. Lewis is the lone running back. 2 men flanked out to the near side. And here's a handoff to Lewis, and Lewis has running room and has the 1st down at the 41-yard line. He didn't get up a full head of steam, but he had a little hole and got the 1st down. The Tigers had Corey Raymond and Anthony Marshall on the stop, and Mike Hewitt is very slow in getting up, as is Juan Sendoya, and they both come out of the ballgame. It is an A&M 1st down at their 41-yard line. Well, somebody is going to score here pretty soon. That's the 3rd. Is that all? The 3rd 1st down of the ball game for A&M. They have 32 yards rushing so far in the ball game. 2 receivers and a slot man to the far side. And here is Wilson with the football, and he's straight ahead to about the 45-yard line. Just a straight ahead handoff from the quarterback Pavlis, who's gone all the way, and a big pile up right on top of Mark Butte, who is in a defensive tackle. Scott Wharton also in on the stop, and Mike Hewitt. Clayton Mouton also is seeing some action, and that's good to see because he has not played in the last couple of ball games. 2nd down and 6 again. Lone receiver to the far side, 2 to the near side. Lewis, the lone running back, has the football, and he's hit hard by Raymond. Corey Raymond straightened him up at the 48-yard line, short of the 1st down. He had a little help then, but that was a great solo tackle by Raymond.
Good job by Corey Raymond that time, playing off of a block, stepping in the hole. He just nails Darren Lewis right in there. Lewis has carried the ball 7 times, about 23 yards. The Aggies are 2 of 3 on 3rd down.
Here they go quickly with a toss to the far side, and the man breaks through into LSU territory at the 44. They ran on a quick count, and it was the flanker on a toss to the far side, and it did not look like the LSU defense was ready for that play. They were still shuffling around and were not in position, and the Aggies caught them asleep. And it is 1st and 10 at the LSU 42-yard line.
The Aggies came with a little trick play that time.
No huddle.
No huddle. Somebody just snapped the ball to the flanker behind the offensive lineman. He was able to pick up the 1st down.
Aggies are driving 1st and 10 at the LSU 42. 11:15 left to play in the 1st half. No score. 2 flankers to the far side in a line formation in the backfield. Toss out to Lewis. Near side. Bangs down inside the 40. And that's Randy Simmons, I beg your pardon. in for the first time at halfback. Simmons, number 33, bangs down to the LSU 37-yard line. Simmons has only rushed it 20 times this year for 188 yards, but he's averaging 9.5 yards a carry. And it is Walkup and others in on the stop after a gain of 5. It'll be second down and 5 at the LSU 37.
Tim Simmons is averaging 9.5 yards a carry, and Wilson, the starting fullback, he's averaging about 7.3. So fullbacks are getting the ball and doing well with it.
Patterson and Oliver out to the far side. Play number 7 in the drive. And here right up the middle, banging down to the LSU 34-yard line is the big fullback. And when I say that, please believe me, it is Robert Wilson. He is 6'1", 245 pounds. And he has it inside the LSU 35. About 1.5 yards short of a first down at the 34. Mark Boudze and David Walkup on the stop.
Robert Wilson a year ago had 121 yards against LSU and out of the fullback spot, so LSU is very much aware of who he is.
3 for 4 on third down and 10 for the Yankees, and they have third down and 2. Split back formation, 2 receivers to the far side. Pavlis hands it up the middle and getting the first down, bouncing off of tacklers is Randy Simmons. LSU made contact behind the line of scrimmage, but Simmons just put his head down and bounced down to the 31-yard line. This drive for Texas A&M started back at their own 31. Walker and Anthony Marshall made the stop, but that is the 5th first down of the ballgame for Texas A&M, and they have a very well-planned and hard-fought drive going here. Patterson and Oliver both flank to the near side. High formation in the backfield. First and 10. Pavlis, toss sweep Lewis, far side. Trying to turn his corner, gets a great block, and Darryl McCorvey runs him out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. But there are flags on the play out of bounds over there. Looked like somebody got rough with Darryl McCorvey. Lewis was the man on the carry, and he may have been a little upset about the way McCorvey escorted him out of bounds.
This was just a tall sweep. Lewis had some room to the outside, picks up some yards, and McCorvey's just over there waiting for him, pushes him out of bounds. I think Lewis just took exception to it, came back, retaliated, and the official was right on top of the play that time, Jim, as they've been all night. I think the officials know that this is a heated series and want to just keep things under control.
Well, as we watch that on the replay monitor, he threw a left hook at McCorvey. And that was almost behind the bench, but unfortunately for Lewis, the official was standing right there looking at him, but he may be asked to leave the game, as a matter of fact.
That's what I was just about to say. A&M may have, he may have gotten rejected. We're going to have to check on that. Ejected a little bit. We may have to check on that. I think they caught him throwing a punch. That may very well be the case.
He really reared back and threw a left hook. A big penalty moves it back to the LSU 41. He's gone. Lewis's history. He's been ejected from this ballgame. And that is a big break for LSU and a tough one for A&M. He leads with 31 yards rushing. Here's a man in motion for A&M coming to the near side. Pavlis tosses it out. Here's a reverse, and now they're going to throw a halfback pass way down there, and it is batted into the air. Intercepted at the 10-yard line. Darryl McCorvey picked it off. It was batted into the air by Corey Raymond. And McCorvey comes up with the interception, and the LSU defense makes the big play again.
Jim, Darryl McCorvey's having himself some kind of a football game, and we're still in the first half. He's got 2 interceptions, big play. This time A&M comes with the reverse. Garrett pulls up, and they just try to throw the ball. They're trying to get the ball out here to Garrett. Defensive back stays in great position. That's Corey Raymond. Tips the football up. It's a little tip drill that the defensive backs go through. McCorvey comes across, makes the interception. First and 10 at the 9.
Flanker Garrett tried to toss the football, and the Tigers have it at their 9-yard line. Receivers on both sides. Luke is back in at quarterback. Split back formation. And Luke hands it away to Harvey Williams, 10, and he's pulled down from behind at the 12-yard line. That was a nice diving tackle by Quentin Poirier, who is a 6'4", 240-pounder with great mobility. And Williams got about 5 on the carry. It'll be second down, and actually he got closer to 4. Second down and 6, we'll call it, at the 12-yard line.
Good job of running by Harvey. He had a little hole offside. That time when Chad Luke handed the football off to Harvey Williams, nobody picked up Chad Luke. So if LSU comes back with the bootleg, Chad can get outside of the defensive end.
Ray to the far side, catching to the near side. I formation in the backfield on second down and a long 6. Luke hands it up the middle and finding very little running room, I believe, is Harvey Williams. He stopped short of the 15-yard line. May have only got 2. Now it's been Williams and Williams doing most of the work here tonight. Stop again by Corian and William Thomas, and it's third down for LSU and 5, and you have to be very careful down here in this area of the playing field. Hard-fought battle, 8:12 to play in the half, no score. LSU and A&M, the Tigers are 3 of 6 on third down attempts. 2 receivers far side, Kitchen to the near side. Williams is the slot man over there, and here's Luke dropping the throw. Better hurry, he's being chased. Unloads it up for grabs, and he is very lucky it wasn't intercepted. It was intended for the tight end Bishop, but Luke was hit hard as rushing right into his face back there, I believe, was number 39. Larry Horton or Tyrone Malone. One or the other was right back there. And it was Malone who was right in the face of Luke, and he tossed that one up for grabs, and it was almost picked off by Larry Horton. And so Griffith is into punt. Garrett is back at about the Aggie 45-yard line. Tiger offense could not move the ball at all that time. Aggies show a rush here, and they're not coming. And Griffith hits a squibber, and it is taken at midfield and hit to the near side. Shouldn't have done it. He's down. He lost yardage. Good pursuit for LSU. Down there for the Tigers is Mike Merricks, number 53, and Gordy Rush also. A 35-yard punt, a minus 4-yard return. And A&M has it first and 10 at their 46-yard line.
Good special teams play by LSU that time. Got down, covered the punt. It wasn't a real high punt. I thought there was going to be a return on for a second there, but LSU covered it well. Now they've got to stop A&M once again.
And again, we believe that A&M is without the services of Darren Lewis. We think he has been ejected. Simmons and Wilson, high formation in the backfield. Receivers on both sides. And it is Simmons, and he's got big running room down to the LSU 40-yard line. He ran through the entire Tiger team, and Ray Adams, the last man who could have stopped him, did it at the LSU 40, and it is first and 10, A&M, and what a big hole. They blew open in the Tiger defense that time.
Well, that's what happened. Usually defensively, the star back on offense gets thrown out of the game. You tend to relax a little bit. They come in with the second team guy. He makes a big play.
Only receiver is Oliver to the far side. Simmons is the lone running back. Here's Garrett in motion going to the far side. Pavlis is still the quarterback, and he fakes the handoff, drops the throw, lots of time. Now he's being rushed, going to the far side, and down he goes. Scott Wharton got him back at the 46-yard line. Good defense downfield as Pavlis could find no place to throw it, and Wharton buried him at the LSU 46.
Good play that time by Scott Wharton. And the LSU secondary just stays with that man. Pavlis starts to scramble around a little bit. Looks like he may have had somebody come open. Scott Wharton was just too close to him and gets the sack. So it brings up 2nd and 16. Good defensive play.
Clock is running with 6:20 left to play in the first half. No score. A&M and LSU. 2nd down and 16. Pavlis fakes the handoff, rolls back deep to throw. Thompson fires way down there, and it is incomplete at the LSU 30-yard line. Great defensive work again for LSU. That was Wayne Williams back to knock that one away. It was intended for Patterson, and Pavlis is now 1 for 4 for only 10 yards, and he's been intercepted twice.
The thing that Pavlis is doing is he's spreading out a little bit to get away from that LSU rush. He hung the football up just a little too much. The defensive back had a chance to recover. LSU is doing a good job of putting pressure on him. Pavlis, when he has to throw the football, is having a lot of trouble.
A&M is 4 of 5 on 3rd down attempts, so they have it 3rd and 16. Receivers on both sides. Now Garrett sets up in the slot to the far side, the lone running back. Here is Pavlis, straight drop to throw. Deep drop, has time, wings it down there, incomplete. At the 30-yard line, it would have been a first down, but he threw it low, intended for Gary Oliver, and A&M will have to punt the football away.
Oliver was open that time. He came right in the middle of that LSU zone, deep, just past the 30-yard line, had the first down. Lance Pavlis just threw the ball a little bit too low for him to hold on to it.
Vincent Fuller was back defending for LSU, but the ball was underthrown. Wilson had a 66-yard punt his first time, standing at the 40. Adams and Kitchen back deep for LSU, standing around the 10-yard line. There's a snap right on the money, and he has hit another beautiful, high, wobbly kick, and that one's going into the end zone. He banged that one in there, and so LSU will take it 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. I'll tell you, this young man can kick the football.
46-yard punt that time. Deep for the end zone. LSU will start on the 20-yard line. Tigers can't get something going offensively the first 2 or 3 drives, LSU did an excellent job of mixing the play calling up, threw the ball on first down, picked up positive yards, then ran the ball successfully. That's what they've got to do right now. They're not backed up. Looks like we got a timeout on the field, Jim. LSU's got to come out and be ready to play.
Timeout on the field with 6:10 left. Are you sure about that? Let's wait and see. Nope, don't believe it. Let's stay right here. Seamster and Beckham in the backfield now. At quarterback, Chad Luke. Receivers on both sides. Luke has the ball, hands it away. This is Beckham coming outside 25. He's at the 30. He's got the first down up to the LSU 34-yard line. Odell Beckham led by Sammy Seamster. On the carry, it was Seamster, I beg your pardon, on the carry, not Beckham. It was Sammy Seamster on the carry, number 29, and Seamster picks up the first down up to the 34-yard line. Now here's Ray to the far side, the lone flanker for LSU. In the backfield for the Tigers, it is Darrell Williams and Beckham. Williams replacing Seamster. And here is Luke faking the handoff, rolling to the far side, tosses it out, complete, tight end Bishop. 40-45, he's got the first down and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. As Luke, being very mobile, rolls and tosses to the tight end Bishop. And Coriat runs him out of bounds, and the Tigers quickly have it up to the 47-yard line.
Jim, Lewis, we get a note now. Lewis is ejected from the football game. There's a penalty flag on the play. What happened right here is Harold Bishop makes a great play, catches the football, picks up the yardage, gets up, tosses the football at one of the A&M plays. The official drops the flag, 15 yards going the other way.
Well, that's really silly. That is really silly if that, in fact, is what happened. Because, again, the Tigers will have to try to overcome a silly 15-yard penalty, another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Now, Bishop was excited because he finally caught a pass, but instead of helping his team, he really hurt him, and Kenny Farrow is really blasting him verbally on the near sideline.
And we've been talking for several games, not getting LSU, trying to get LSU to throw to the tight end. He's been open and throw to him, got some success, and he makes a foolish play. Now it's 1st and 25.
Yeah, that was Mike Archer who was verbally discussing with it. 1st and 25. My goodness. 2 receivers near side. Luke hands the ball away. And pushing across the 35 up to about the 37-yard line is Darrell Williams on the carry. 220-pounder. Picks up short yardage. Knocked off his feet by Anthony Williams and John Miller. And in this ball game, LSU in the first half has moved the ball well, but always managed to do something to hurt themselves. Darrell Williams has carried it 4 times for 15 yards. Beckham is the slot man to the near side, along with Kitchen. And the lone running back is Seamster. On 2nd down and long yardage. Luke straight drop to throw. Has got to hurry and does unload it. Complete. Kitchen 40. He's at the 45, 50. At the 45. Cuts back to the near side. Has room to run. Needs a block. Gets it. 35. He's at the 30. 25, 20. At the 15. He's at the 10. He's out of bounds at the 4-yard line. A great run, but wait a minute. There's a flag back at the 30-yard line. And LSU may have to bring that one back too. Anthony Williams and Derek Frazier ran Kitchen out of bounds, but put another billet in the Tigers' foot because they're going to bring it back.
LSU that time, they got a great block out of Odell Beckham. He makes a tremendous block right here. Just comes across and hits him on the run, and it's a heck of a block. But it's a penalty against LSU, and I don't know what it is, Jim.
Well, it was Andy Martin because he is really complaining, and, you know, this gets old, doesn't it? I mean, another great play, and what a block, and Kitchen was off to the races, but you can just forget it because the Tigers have another 15-yard penalty. And the Aggies have a man down back at the 40-yard line. And this crowd is getting a little bit upset about that kind of stuff.
LSU's just hurting themselves. I know this is a big football game for them, a big rivalry, and they try to get into it, but, you know, they've got to settle themselves down. They may cause themselves to lose this football game.
Now, there's time out on the field now with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the first half. No score in the ball game. This is the LSU Sports Network. sheet. Well, you're not going to believe this. After all it's said and done, it's not even a first down. It would have been first and goal at the 4-yard line, but the officials threw the slip against LSU, and of course they mark it off from where the penalty occurred, and so the ball ends up all the way back to the LSU 43-yard line. LSU now has been penalized 6 times for 70 yards, and Mike Archer had something to say about this on his show. Greg, he feels like his ball club has got a bad rap, and that the officials are really throwing flags against his club when they wouldn't against some others. And as a matter of fact, a lot of the penalties that are called, he says he can't even find them. Well, we've got another timeout here because in amongst all the else that's going on, the scoreboards are now dark and are not lit at all in Tiger Stadium. So let's take another break, and we'll be back after this on the LSU Sports Network.
17. Final score, Virginia 63, William & Mary 35. Final score, Nebraska 31, Oregon State 7. Final score, Oklahoma 31, Kansas 17. Final score, Colorado 20, Washington 14. Final score, Southern Cal 35, Ohio State 26. In a game that was called 2 minutes to play because of the five-star. Final score, 21. Final score, Clemson 26, Duke 7. Final score, Missouri 30, Arizona State 9. Final score, Georgia Tech 27, South Carolina 6. Final score, Alabama 59, Vanderbilt 28.
Well, the officials are still huddling in front of the Tiger bench and talking to Mike Archer because they're going to have to keep time now down on the field. Earlier in the ball game, the play clocks were out. They got those fixed, and now the scoreboards have gone out in Tiger Stadium. You might remember back earlier in the season, we had a whole bank of lights go out in Tiger Stadium, so they have had some electrical problems here in this big arena. So far in the ball game, Chad Loop has been outstanding. He is 5 of 6 for 40 yards and should have had more than that because about half of this last play was eliminated. Some other individual stats that we can pass along to you thanks to my man, Kevin Ford. He does an outstanding job for us. Harvey Williams has 39 yards on 8 carries. His brother Darrell has 15 yards on 4 carries. Seamster's carried it once for 14. And Kinchin has caught 3 passes for 34, and it should have been 54. Here we go now. Second down and less than a yard. Here's a good chance to throw it in the end zone. Receivers on both sides in a split back formation. See if the Tigers go after the first down, and they do. As Luke gets it right down the middle, and a first down to about the 40-yard line. That is the 6th first down of the ball game for LSU. Darrell Williams picks up the first down.
You know, that long timeout, Jim, while they were working on the scoreboard, probably did LSU some good. I'm sure that Coach Mike Archer wanted them to settle down a little bit and stop making those foolish penalties so they can get in the end zone.
Well, one thing for sure, LSU has proven that they can play with this A&M ball club. Receivers on both sides, split back formation. Chad Luke is the quarterback, 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Luke looks to the far side, now fakes and rolls, wants to throw and throws it incomplete. He had a guy hanging on him. Nobody blocked. Number 11, William Thomas, coming from the far side. And Luke rolled right at him. He tried to toss it out to Darrell Williams, but he did a good job just to get rid of the football, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 at the 40. And we have no idea whatsoever how much time is left in the first half of this football game because the scoreboard clock is out.
Good job by Chad Luke just getting rid of the football and not taking the sack. Now LSU gets going again, 2nd and 10. And it's a good job. You don't want to lose any yards on first down.
Carter to the far side, Kinchin to the near side, split back formation. Luke straight drop to throw. Has good protection and overthrows Carter at the 30-yard line. At the sidelines, far side of the field. Double coverage, he threw it to Carter. And it'll be 3rd down and 10. Kevin Smith and Derek Frazier in on the stop. And so it's 3rd and 10, and the Tigers, very honestly, need to get this ball at least another 10 to 15 yards downfield for Suarez to have any chance to kick a field goal. Well, the clock is running up there, and it shows 54 seconds. I don't know if that's correct or not. And now timeout is called. LSU calls timeout. So there's timeout in the ball game with not a lot of time left in the first half of play. LSU nothing, Texas A&M nothing. This is the LSU Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is Kentwood Springwater 10K Thirst Quencher Night at LSU. Be sure to save your ticket stubs. Ladies and gentlemen, get your LSU Multi-Sport Family Pass from the ticket office for only $20. Your multi-pass admits 2 adults and 2 children to any regular season home event for LSU volleyball, gymnastics, golf, tennis, swimming, women's basketball, and track and field. Multi-passes are available from the ticket office for only $20.
Third down and 10 for LSU at the Aggie 40-yard line. The Tigers are 3 of 7 on 3rd down attempts, and there's 4 minutes and 18 seconds, we are told, left to play in the first half, and they now have that up on the scoreboard clock. Receivers on both sides and a lone running back. Chandler, the quarterback for LSU, drops back to throw, sets up in the pocket, tosses it out complete to Kitchen, and he is going to be stopped short of the first down at the 36-yard line. It was Kitchen right over the middle. And he got about 6 on the play. Anthony Williams and Coriat made the stop. And here's a decision from Mike Archer on the near sidelines. And my guess is they're going to go for it. No field goal, no punter. And he sends in a play with Marcus Carter.
Chad Luke, when he drops back, if he would just look at Todd Kinchin and come off of Kinchin and pick up one of his other wide receivers, I'm sure he'll see him open because the defense is going to Kinchin and trying to take him away.
Carter near side, Kinchin far side, split back formation, 4th down and 4. Here is man in motion, far side. Luke rolling to the far side, wants to throw and does, and it is complete and out of bounds. 1st down to Odell Beckham. Great job by Chad Luke and Beckham both that time as they roll to the far side of the field. Very honestly, Luke may have been able to take it himself for the 1st down, but he fired it in to Beckham, and William Thomas and Kevin Smith knocked him out of down, and the Aggies have a player down on the far sideline. That is Kevin Smith, a 6-foot, 175-pound junior. That is a 7th 1st down of the ball game, and the Tigers have it 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Luke now is 7 out of 10 for 51 yards, and he does not look like a freshman quarterback.
He's doing a lot of good things. I talked right before the football game about Chad Luke and what he adds to this LSU offense. His ability to roll out, sprint, get away from the Aggie rush. That's what helped him to complete that pass. Odell Beckham's quite a football player, Jim. He came in last week, did a good job of running the ball, got a good block on the Todd Kinchin pass. This was a good pass reception right here. I mean, he took a lick and still held on to the football.
Play 10 of this drive that started back at the LSU 20. Receivers on both sides and a split back formation on 1st down at the 29-yard line. Luke hands it to Beckham. Beckham stutter steps down inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line. He got about 2. Beckham, very much like Harvey Williams, has quick feet. He can change directions on you and find a different route to take. Coriat and Horton make the stop. Clock is running with 3:12 to play in the 1st half. There's no score. The Tigers have their deepest penetration of the night. A&M 27. Kinchin, the deepest official penetration. Kinchin and Carter both flank to the near side. And Luke hands it away and hit at the line of scrimmage and thrown back hard. At the 26-yard line, I believe, again, was Sammy Seamster. Boy, and was he ever hit hard. Tried to go up the middle that time. It was John Miller, the nose guard, and William Thomas, the outside linebacker. Miller is a 280-pounder. And so the Tigers are looking at 3rd down and 7 here. My guess is, unless they get the 1st down here, It may give Suarez a shot at a field goal. Tigers at 3 of 8 on 3rd down and 10. 3 receivers line up to the near side and a lone running back. Move on 3rd down. Here comes the rush. It's being pressured. Throws. It's complete to Scott Ray, but he's short of the first down at the 21-yard line. That's the first pass that Scott Ray has caught. Down at the 20-yard line, Moore in on the stop for A&M along with Anthony Williams. And let's see at the tie-up. Here comes Suarez in. So Mike Archer elects to try to put points on the board, and I think that is a wise decision at this point in the ballgame.
Good decision, especially the way both teams are playing right now.
All right, it'll be a 38-yard attempt from the hash marks to the far side of the field. Dago will try to spot it down. There's a snap that is down. Flags are down. The kick is up, and it is good. Let's see, I think A&M was offside.
An A&M player moved, but I think one of the LSU players moved as well. Now they're saying it's going to be offsides A&M.
But do you take points off the board? Now that's the question here.
I think if it's against A&M, it gives you the first down. You've got to take the football. You've got to take the points off and try to go for 6.
Wait a minute. Now they're waving the flag and saying, what, an inadvertent flag? What's the deal here?
Well, I think the problem here, Jim, what happened is the play was blowing dead, but what happens when the defender jumped offside and they threw the flag, he can move. Looks like he got back. That may be what they're saying.
Oh, my. What else can happen to LSU? Suarez has made one of them. Now you'll have to try to make it again. My heaven. An inadvertent flag. Well, waiting on the snap. There it is. It's down. It's blocked. Boy, I tell you, Derek Frazier blocked it. And the officials in this ball game have made life a nightmare for LSU. And how can you have an inadvertent flag? If an official makes a mistake, why does the team have to pay for it?
I think usually when the defender, if he dropped the flag and there was no call, the play should stand. That's good.
Absolutely.
You know,
I mean, that is LSU lost 3 points because an official made a mistake.
Yeah, it's just a no call. He just picks up the flag and you don't replay the down. The play is good.
That is horrible. 1st and 10, A&M at the 19-yard line. Pavlis tosses it out. This is Simmons in deep trouble. Now comes back to the near side and has room to run. And is finally stopped after he gets the first down at the 32-yard line with a minute 18 to play. Simmons was stopped dead back at the 20-yard line. But he came back to the near side, and Anthony Williams and Darryl McCarty had to chase him down. Well, that's it. That's the first time I've ever seen that a team had to take points off the board because an official made a mistake. Receivers on both sides, split back formation. Here's a handoff. And finding lots of running room down to the 45-yard line is Bud Carter. And all of a sudden, the LSU defense trying to play some kind of a prevent defense has become very porous.
Well, LSU's looking for Texas A&M to put the football up. A&M's just going back like they're going to pass and running a spread draw. The tailbacks have got a lot of room to work underneath those linebackers.
Receivers on both sides. First down at the A&M 47. And now dropping deep to throw is Pavlis, and he does unload it. Wide open complete to Simmons, and Simmons is bouncing off the tacklers and is at the LSU 39, and A&M has just about gotten themselves in position to go for a field goal. Exactly what happened to LSU against Vanderbilt after they had taken the lead last weekend. The defense could not stop Vanderbilt and keep them out of the end zone. Wayne Williams made the stop. There's 50 seconds, and that is plenty of time. Receivers on both sides. Split back formation. Pavlis drops to throw. Has time. Unloads it. It's complete and dropped at the LSU 27-yard line. It was a little bit underthrown, intended for Shane Garrett, and it stops the clock with 38 seconds left to play. Well, you can use a lot of adjectives to describe this ballgame this first half. One of them is exciting. Has been that. Aggravating would be another one as far as LSU is concerned because it has been that.
This LSU offense just stopped itself. I mean, A&M hadn't done anything to stop them, and now LSU's defense can't seem to stop this Aggie offense.
Receivers on both sides. 2nd and 10 at the LSU 39-yard line. Pavlis drops to throw. Tigers rush, but don't get there. There's a long pass far sideline. It's intercepted again. Intercepted by Anthony Marshall. That is the 3rd interception interception that the Tigers have picked off tonight. Intended for Gary Oliver, and Marshall went up and grabbed it away.
Good job by Marshall that time. The free safety, Marshall, was just sitting back there. He baited Pavlis from throwing that football. He just sat there and drifted slowly over, knew where it was going, saw the ball all the time, went over, made the interception. Pavlis tried to force it in there. I don't think he ever saw the free safety getting over to play the wide receiver.
And so the Tigers have it 1st and 10 at the 5-yard line, and will no doubt try to run out the clock here and take a 0-0 score into the dressing room. And it could be a whole lot worse than that as far as A&M is concerned. The Tigers had a field goal taken off the board by an official's mistake, and a 1st and goal called back on a personal foul penalty. High formation, and Luke is just going to fall down and let the clock run out. It'll be 24 seconds, and the clock is ticking down. Let me say to you that to our network station, we realize we're some breaks behind because of this unusual ball game, but we're going to take break number 13 when we break away here. Well, the fans here in Tiger Stadium are showing their support of what this ball club has done in the first half. As the clock ticks down, that is the end of the first half of play, with the score LSU 0, Texas A&M 0. We'll be back after this timeout on the LSU Sports Network. To right, that is north to south. Suarez will boot it away, and he does. Hits it short. It's a little chip shot, and it goes out of bounds. My goodness, what kind of a kick was that? I think he almost missed the thing. He just hit a little chip shot that went out of bounds at the Aggie 29-yard line. Well, and that'll cost LSU 5. There goes another penalty. So a slip start for the second half, and Mike Archer is calling Suarez over and being very emphatic about something. So there goes the first bullet in the foot of the Tigers to start the second half.
Well, the thing, LSU may have been just trying to do a little sky kick there, not to allow A&M to return it, but it ends up being the 7th penalty against LSU for 76 yards, and you said it, they're shooting themselves in the foot now. He's going to end up kicking the ball from about the 35-yard line, or 30-yard line, excuse me. So A&M will have good field position.
Well, the Tigers had a lot of movement out there as the players advanced on the line of scrimmage or on the kickoff, and something went a foul as Suarez nearly missed the ball. Cornelius Patterson and Shane Garrett are back deep for A&M. Suarez will try it again, this time from the 30. All right, here we go. He advances on it, and this time he hits a good one. That's back there pretty good. It's taken at the 9, back to the 10, to the 15, 20, 25, and down at the 30, 20-yard line. Quickly went Cornelius Patterson, and he got a little seam up the near sidelines, a 25-yard return. And the defensive stop was made by Sean King and Gordy Rush. And A&M has good field position to start the second half at its own 34-yard line.
Good return that time. There was a little seam in the Jim mentioned. LSU was fortunate to recover. Remember last year that the punt return team, kickoff return team really hurt the Tigers.
Pavlis back in at quarterback, a receiver to the far side and the near side, and a lone running back. That is Simpson back there. Here's a man in motion. Garrett going to the far side, and Pavlis has the football and hands it away, and turning the corner and hit and knocked out of bounds at the 37-yard line is Randy Simmons. Simmons is banged down by Hewitt and Revelro Swan. And there's a gain on the play of about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Anthony Marshall also in on the stop. Well, that's a big blow to Texas A&M to lose Darren Lewis. He threw a punch at Darryl McCormick after being tackled out of bounds in the first quarter, and he has been eliminated from the ballgame. 2 receivers to the far side and the slot man, and here's a handoff right up the middle. There's nothing there for Robert Wilson as the Tiger defense stuffed down the middle. Revelro Swan and Mark Butte and Scott Wharton all in on the stop, and it's 3rd down now and 6 for Texas A&M. We're just underway in the second half, and there's no score in this ball game.
Jim, the LSU Tigers are doing a good job defensively. What they've done is went to sort of an eagle where they moved Butte down over the offensive guard and bring the outside linebacker in there. Gives him a little more solid against the run.
Here's a man in motion going to the far side on 3rd down, and dropping back is Pavlis rolling to throw. He unloads it. It's complete and dropped at the 40-yard line. well defended. It would have been short of a first down anyhow, intended for Simmons. And back defending was Wayne Williams and Hewitt, and the Tiger defense has done the job and stopped A&M on the first series of the second half.
Good defensive play that time. A&M ran the sprint out play. Pavers tried to get it in there to his running back, who was short of the first down, as you mentioned, but good recovery by the LSU defense to come up and make the hit.
Wilson, who has a 66-yarder in the ball game, stands back at the 25, and Kitchen is the lone man back for LSU at the 20-yard line. Tigers have 10 men at the line of scrimmage. There's a snap, and they're all coming, and it is blocked, and it is taken by one of the Tiger players at the 30-yard line. I believe that is Carlton Buckles, number 8, who caught the block punt. The Tigers put 10 at the line of scrimmage, and they all came, and they blocked it, and LSU has it first and 10 at the Aggie 31.
They just stacked them all in there and brought some people from the outside. They were so worried that the thing that caused that block punt, it's Garrett, number 12, that gets up and blocks the punt. What caused the block of that punt? Slip Watkins was in on the outside, and A&M was worried about the speed coming off the corner, and that's what happened. That LSU spread them out and came up the middle.
Let's see if the Tigers can take advantage. Here's a chance right here to put it in the end zone. 3 receivers for the near side, and Luke hands it to Williams, and Williams breaks a couple tackles and rolls down to about the 25-yard line. Harvey Williams gets about 5 or 6 going to the far side of the field, which is the short side of the field, and Derek Frazier, the quarterback over there, made the stop. Nice blocking in there by Darren Landry and brother Darrell, clearing the way for Harvey. It'll be 2nd down and 4 as he got 6. Williams now 45 yards and 9 rushes. Scott Ray, who caught his first pass early in the ball game, flanks out to the near side. Kitchen to the far side. Running backs are split. The Williams brothers behind freshman Chad Luke. On 2nd down, Luke tosses it out. Williams, big running room, 20, goes outside at the 15, straight ahead down to the 12-yard line. First down, LSU. Derek Frazier was one-on-one, and Williams just faked it out and got big yardage, and the Tigers have it 1st and 10 at the A&M 13-yard line.
That time, Jim, A&M came on a blitz from the outside. When you do that, once the defender breaks the line of scrimmage, he's got room to run. LSU ran a toss into the blitz. Harvey saw it, cut it back inside, and picked up some yards.
Nice block that time by Andy Martin. 2 receivers to the near side. Running backs are split. 1st and 10 LSU at the A&M 12. Now Luke has changed the play, and the Tigers set up in the I. And the handoff is to Wyndham, who goes to the outside, and Calvin Wyndham, who had come into the ball game to replace Harvey Williams, goes for 1 or 2 down to about the 10-yard line.
The play that probably, Jim, is more effective on this is for LSU to just take the football and run the outs. They've got Chad Loop in the football game and puts a lot of pressure on the corners when you do that. We've got a halftime score to pass along. Virginia Tech 21-18 over Florida State. That's a shocker.
Corey and Malone on the stop. It is 2nd down and 8. LSU got 2 on that one. Carter to the near side, Kitchen to the far side. Wyndham and Darrell Williams in the backfield. Here is Luke. Hands off to Wyndham, and Wyndham is at the 10, comes outside, falls down at the 7-yard line. Wyndham broke past the line of scrimmage and was just off balance and then fell down. They'll spot it, I believe, at about the 6-yard line, where it will be 3rd down and about 3. Coriat, who's been a busy man, made some contact, but Wyndham just fell down under his own steam at the 6-yard line, right in the middle of the playing field. Tigers have to get it to about the 3-yard line and are 3 of 8 on 3rd down and 10. Kitchen near side, Carter far side. Split backfield. Luke drops, hands to Harvey Williams, and he loses yardage. Boy, we really looked for the option play that time, but they did not go for it. And Suarez will come into the ball game again. Joseph Black leveled Harvey Williams as soon as they handed him the football.
LSU ran a sprint draw that time, but there was just nowhere for Harvey to go. I think the A&M players were waiting on it. He just got there, and there's just too many folks for Harvey to get away from.
Suarez had 1 block. He'll try this one, a 27-yarder from the near side. There's a snap high, but it's down, it is up, and it's good. And the Tigers get on the board. A high snap. Daigle did a good job to get it down, and Suarez knocks it through, a 27-yarder with 11:04 left to play, 3rd quarter to score. It's LSU 3, Texas A&M nothing. This is the LSU Sports Network. This ain't horseshoe. This ain't horseshoe. I know. That's right. Boy, I wish he'd have run that option play against him. That's right. That's right. Tigers go 22 yards on 6 plays, and Suarez hits a 27-yarder after the block punt. Blocked by Garrett, recovered by Buckles, and LSU has a 3-0 lead. Suarez again will kick it from the 35 north. 2 men back deep for A&M. That is Patterson and Garrett. Suarez drills it, line drive, skips at the 10, and is fumbled at the 5. Now he picks it up, in trouble at the 10, comes to the 15, and is knocked down hard at the 21-yard line. Now that was a line drive shot by Suarez that skipped down to the 5-yard line. It was Garrett, I believe, on the return, and Vincent Fuller who made the stop, and A&M will put it in play, 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. I think there may have been another penalty on the play. And there was a personal foul again against LSU, and when is it going to stop? When is it going to stop?
I think Tigers would better be careful here because they had them stopped, they had them back, and had A&M backed up inside the 25-yard line. Now they move the football out to about the 38-yard line. So that's 8 penalties, 91 yards on LSU.
Well, the Tigers have been penalized over 100 yards once already in this ball game. Well, we see the replay and what we think they called for spearing, but he didn't even touch the guy. He fell over it. Here's Pavlis dropping back to throw. Time sets up, tosses it out, complete, wide open, 35-40. Up to about the 44-yard line is Wilson, the fullback. Stopped about 4 yards short of a first down, and a little toss to the fullback. Coming up was David Walkup and Darryl McCorvey to make the stop, and it is 2nd down and about 4 for A&M at their own 44-yard line. 10:30 left to play in the 3rd quarter. LSU 3 and A&M nothing. Pavlis is 3 for 9 for 30 yards. He's been intercepted twice. Receivers on both sides. A lone running back. And at the handoff is to Wilson, I believe, pushing straight ahead, and he is close to a first down, maybe about a yard shy. So Tiger defensive middle. Bowed up that time, led by Bo Davis and David Walkup. And it is short. It'll be 3rd down, I believe. Well, I believe we're going to have a measurement. Official will bring the chain in. It looks to be a little short, and on the near sidelines a moment ago we saw Harvey Williams down on his back. They were stretching him, so he may have re-aggravated that hamstring. Here's the stretch of the chain, and it is short by about half the length of the football. So it is 3rd down and short yardage.
3rd down.
With 10:05 left to play in the 3rd quarter, 3-0 LSU. Boy, this has been a slam bang affair. A&M 4 of 7. On 3rd down attempts. Here is Garrett coming to the near side. Oliver is the far side flanker. The lone running back is Wilson. And there's a fumble on the play, I believe. Pavlis was going to try a quarterback sneak, but I believe he got it anyhow. He either fumbled it or he just submarined under the center and went straight ahead and got the first down by about a yard. The way he reacted, Greg, it looked like he may have fumbled the ball.
It did look like he dropped it, but he just went down on it and was able to pick up the first down. A&M did not need much, and they just made it.
So it's 1st and 10, just behind midfield at the Aggie 49. 2 receivers to the near side and a slot man near side on 1st and 10. Pavlis has gone all the way. Hands it away. Wilson bangs into LSU territory down to about the 47-yard line. Well, Mike Archer said before this ball game that A&M didn't try to fool you. They don't try to do anything fancy. They just say, here's what we're going to do. Now see if you can stop us. Anthony Williams and David Walkup make the stop, and they are a very physical ball club. And much credit is due to this young LSU team for playing as hard as they have, as banged up as they've been. 2nd down and 6. He got 4. Home receiver far side and high formation in the backfield. Pavlis again hands it to Wilson, and he is stumbling traveling across the 45 down to about the 43-yard line. Swan and Marshall on the stop. Simmons, not Wilson. It is Simmons, number 33, who made the carry, and it is third down again, and this time they will need about a yard and a little bit more.
Simmons has carried the football six times for 44 yards. I'm sure that he's the guy that has to carry the load now that Lewis is out of the ballgame.
They are 5 for 8 on third down attempts. I formation in the backfield, third down and a yard. Pavlis sends a man in motion coming to the near side. And the handoff is to Simmons, and I don't know. I don't think he made it. He tried the LSU right side, and the ball is knocked loose. But it was not a fumble, and I don't think he made it. Wayne Williams and Mike Hewitt stopped him in his tracks. They may measure it, but from here, it looks short.
Yeah, it's just a straight dive with the fullback leading in there, handing to the tailback. Looks like he's just short. LSU had it played well. They're going to bring the sticks out. He may just be short, depending on the spot here.
Blake Muta also was very much in on the stop, and oh my goodness, it is so close they have to get down on one knee. It is just inches. Fourth down and inches at the LSU 41-yard line. If the Aggies have any faith in their offense, they'll go for it here.
Exactly right. You've got to go for it on fourth down and this shot. LSU can come up with a big defensive play. You know, that's how you stop and get this thing really turned around. The quarterback sneak is probably the thing that A&M wants to run.
Well, this will be probably the most physical play of the ball game. Everybody is in tight, and the quarterback easily gets the first down. Pavlis just went again right behind Mike Arthur and Mike Pappas. That's a 260 and 270 pounder, and they just knocked the LSU defensive line off the ball, and it is a first down. Wharton and Williams made the stop, and Texas A&M is doing exactly what they want to do. A sustained drive that started at their 38, and they have had the ball a long time. This is their 12th first down of the ball game, and there's 8:16 left to play in the third quarter, 3-0 LSU. To receivers far side, an odd formation in the backfield. Pavlis along count at the line of scrimmage, tosses it out. Simmons near side, slips around the outside and is pulled down at the 36-yard line after he got 3. He is wrestled down by Revelro Swan as the Aggies try the toss sweep to the near side.
The Aggies are just trying to outnumber the LSU up front and then run the toss sweep, hoping they can hook the defensive end, the outside linebacker, kick out with the big fullback on the defensive back and run inside of him. Simmons does a good job of finding his seam, but Swan's right there to come off his block and make the tackle.
2nd and 6, play number 9 on this drive. Receivers on both sides. Pavlis hands it up the middle. Wilson bangs ahead, short of the first down. It will be another third down play coming. He's inside the 35, though, to about the 33, so this will be about third down and 2. Big pile up there. Revelro Swan again in on the stop, along with David Walker.
Third down and 2, Jim. LSU defense has to stop the fullback on this play. I think they're just going to, A&M's just going to turn around and hand it to the big fullback and let him go ahead and get a couple of yards behind this big offensive line.
A&M 5 of 9 on third down attempts. Big play here at the 7-minute mark in the third quarter, and A&M calls timeout. Timeout in the ball game with 6:57 to play, third quarter to score. It's LSU 3, Texas A&M nothing. This is the LSU Sports Network. Biggest play in the ball game so far. Third down and 3 for A&M at the LSU 33-yard line. 6:57 to go, third quarter, 3-0 LSU. Long receiver near side. I formational backfield. Pavlis at quarterback for the Aggies. And he runs the option play. Tosses it out. Hit Wallace back at the 39-yard line. Ray Adams was the man in there that knocked the play down as he had the pitch man Simmons. And the Aggies now have it fourth and a long way to go, and it's maybe too much to ask as far as the field goal is concerned.
That time LSU just had too many defenders out there on the option that were able to shut it down.
Wilson, the punter, is in. This would take a 57-yard field goal, and the Tiger defense made the big play. Ray Adams stands at the 5. Wilson is standing in midfield. Waiting for the snap. Tigers blocked the punt last time he tried it, but they don't rush anybody this time. And he hits a high driving spiral that is going to go. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. A great punt by Sean Wilson. That one just floated up there to the near sideline. A 32-yard punt. LSU starts at first and 10 on its own 3-yard line. Now, you couldn't ask for anything better than that as far as A&M is concerned. And Chad Luke will come in to quarterback the team.
Well, the LSU offense has moved the ball well. They had penalties in the first half and a couple here in the second half that cost them. But if Chad Luke and the offense can get it going, this would be the kind of drive you want to have against this A&M team. A long drive, keep your defense off the field for a while, and come out with some points.
Let's see if the Tigers live dangerously here. Luke rolls out of the end zone. There is no flanker, and I formation. Williams brothers in the backfield. First and 10 at the 3, and Luke hands it away, and Darrell Williams gets nothing. A&M controlled the line of scrimmage. They got somebody back there for A&M who was really proud of himself. Albert Jones doing a little dance in the end zone there, who obviously was in on the stop, and it'll be second down and 10.
Second and 10. LSU may have to throw the football here. I'm sure Coach Archer and the staff's thinking about that. If they throw it, they're telling Chad Luke, be very careful with it.
Throw it a long way. Now the running backs are split on second down and 11. Luke hands it away, and this is Harvey Williams across the 5 out to the 7. So you got about 4 on the carry, and it is third down now, and an obvious passing down, or maybe the Tigers just want to keep it on the ground and punt it back out of there. Jason Black and Quentin Coriac. Boy, they have been busy tonight.
LSU may just want to be safe, Jim. That's probably not a bad call. Just get yourself a little room, run a sprint draw for Harvey or something. If he picks up the first down, great. Just hang on the football.
A lot of time left in this game. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Luke tosses it out Williams, and he is in trouble and just barely got back to the line of scrimmage. So that's the end of that. Coriac Thomas again on the stop, and now Brian Griffith will have to punt it out of the end zone. And that, without question, was a big, big boost to Texas A&M.
LSU just runs a toss sweep to Harvey Williams, and Harvey tries to cut it back inside. Too many A&M defenders there. Doesn't pick up much yard. Now Griffith's got to punt the ball.
Griffith is standing about 3 yards deep in the end zone. A&M puts 10 at the line of scrimmage. You know they're going to be coming. Garrett is a lone deep man on fourth down and about 3. Waiting on the snap. There it is. Griffith hits a driving kick, and it is going to hit and bounce. Takes a good LSU bounce and rolls down to the Aggie 46-yard line. So Griffith did a good job, and the Aggies will start in great field position. A 44-yard punt by Griffith, but they have it first and 10 at their 46-yard line. That's a good job by Griffith to get that thing back out of there.
Real good job. When you backed up that deep, what you tell your punter is, if there's any doubt at all, somebody's going to block, looks like they're going to block it or something, just fall down on the ball, take the safety.
Now, Bucky Richardson is in the ball game now for A&M, and he might look for the option play here. He is good at that. High formation, receivers on both sides. Richardson gives it right up the middle, and nothing is there for Robert Wilson except Bo Davis, and that's about 280 pounds of solid man. No gain on the play. Second down and 10 at the 46-yard line. 3-0 LSU. 3:45 left third quarter. The only score of the ball game, a 27-yard field goal by Pedro Suarez. Wilson has 26 yards and 10 carries. If you're just joining us, Darren Lewis, a great running back for Texas A&M, ejected in the first quarter for flagging. Receivers both sides. Man in motion coming to the near side. That is Garrett. Now he sets up in the slot. Bucky Richardson at quarterback. Hands the ball away, and breaking down into LSU territory at the 45-yard line is Robert Wilson. And it will be third down and just over a yard as Wilson picked up a quick 9. Walker in on the stop for LSU along with Vincent Fuller.
They just hit it. A&M just ran the football right off tackle and caught a little seam in there. LSU had a stun on, I believe, with the defensive tackle going inside. The outside linebacker was supposed to close a little bit. He left the gap in there. Wilson hit it, picked up about 9 yards.
3rd and 1. A&M is 5 of 10 on 3rd down. Tigers dig in. And going in motion, that's the tight end to the far side. And here is the handoff to Simpson. I don't think he got it again. Simmons is stopped and thrown back by 10 members of the LSU defensive team led by Reggie Walker. It is 4th down.
Good job defensively getting some people out there. LSU just puts a lot of pressure up the football field and meets Simmons. We got 2 guys out there meeting the ball carrier as he tries to turn it up. Stops him picking up the 1st down. A&M's coming out with their punt team. LSU needs to be careful right here and go with what they call punt safe and don't let, watch out for the fake.
4th down and less than a yard, and the Tigers are running around on defense, and A&M shows a strange-looking formation. But it is a deep snap, and they are going to punt it, and they do a line drive that is going to go sailing into the end zone this time. And the Tigers have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Well, A&M came into the ball game averaging over 500 yards a game. And this Tiger defense, wounded coming into this ball game, has just played outstanding.
A&M came in, Jim, averaging about 340 yards rushing the football, another 200 yards throwing the ball. LSU has taken that away from them thus far tonight, and that's what the Tigers have to do, is just continue to play good, solid defense, have the offense move the football. Saul Graves now is in for his series. He's just got to get the ball moving up the field.
Saul struggled his first series. Calvin Wyndham is in the backfield for LSU, along with Derek Pope, I believe. At fullback, high formation, receivers on both sides. Here's Graves, handing it away, and it's Wyndham with running room, and he's all the way up to the 30-yard line, close to a 1st down. Calvin Wyndham over the left side. Corian, inside linebacker Corian, who's been an outstanding defensive player for A&M, makes the stop. Kevin Mawai is the man who opened the hole. And it is 1st and 10 LSU. That is their 9th 1st down of the ball game. We have 1 minute and 43 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. It's 3-0 LSU. Here is Scott Ray flanking to the near side, Kitchen to the far side. High formation, Graves at quarterback, barking signal. Now he's under center, and he hands it away. It is Wyndham, not much this time. Across the 30 to the 32. I tried the same play, and A&M shut it down that time. So it will be 2nd down and about 8. Anthony Williams and William Thomas on the stop for the Yankees. Have not had the official announcement, but this stadium looks full to me tonight.
Looks like a good crowd here tonight, and LSU's played well. I mean, they have done the things that they need to do to stay in this football game.
2nd down and 9. Less than a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. Receivers on both sides in a split back formation. Graves drops to throw. Sets, cocks, and fires. It is complete. 35. Straight ahead to the 40, to the 41-yard line. 1st down, Derek Pope coming out of the backfield. Good hard running by Derek Pope. And it is 1st and 10 LSU. Pope is a 218-pound junior from New Orleans, and he's stopped by Kevin Smith and again Corian.
That's Pope's first reception of the season, and being the fullback, he won't get many of those in the LSU offense.
Now Tyke Tolbert and Scott Ray both flanked to the far side. On 1st and 10 at the LSU 40-yard line. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Graves hands it away. Wyndham scoots across the 40, up close to the 45. He's got 4, maybe 5. As LSU now is trying to sustain the football. Jason Black and Tyrone Malone in on the stop. It'll be 2nd and 5, and it may be the last play of the 3rd quarter. There are 10 seconds left, and the Tigers are not even huddling. Graves is coming to the near sidelines, and so that will do it. The clock will tick down with 3 seconds left. Now 2. The crowd is on its feet as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. With a score, LSU 3 and Texas A&M nothing. This is Fighting Tiger football on the LSU Sports Network. after this one, it has been incredibly intense. 2nd and 5, LSU at its 45-yard line. Here's Carter to the near side. I believe that is Slip Watkins lined up on the far side. Split back formation on 2nd and 5. Graves at quarterback, hands it away. Wyndham up the middle and is knocked down hard. May have fumbled the ball. And let's see. The Aggies think they have it as they umpile. They do. Wyndham fumbled it away. And Texas A&M takes it over, 1st and 10 at midfield. Trent Lewis is the man for A&M who recovered the fumble. And oh, what a break for the Aggies there.
Wyndham had some room inside to run with the football, had picked up pretty close to a 1st down. Just got a good lick from the inside and coughed up the football.
So the LSU defense is called right back onto the field. And it is 1st and 10 A&M with Richardson at quarterback at the LSU 49-yard line. Receivers both sides, I formation. Richardson, toss sweep. This is Simmons turning the corner, and he's on the move. Down to the LSU 40 and running over people. Down to the 45-yard line. Outstanding job by Randy Simmons. Finally tripped up by Scott Wharton and Anthony Marshall, but a big play there as A&M tries to take advantage of the LSU fumble. And it is 1st and 10 at the Tiger 36-yard line. Simmons now 56 yards and 11 carries. Roll up to the line of scrimmage. We're just underway in the 4th quarter. Lone receiver to the far side. Richardson tosses it out, coming to the near side this time, and turning the corner, and down to the LSU 30 on the carry. Is Simmons again. This time he's knocked off his feet by Reggie Walker, but they're getting good yardage on the toss sweep, running it to both sides of the field, and it'll be 2nd down and about 5.
What happens in the toss sweep, A&M tosses it out to Simmons, just try to spread the LSU defense out and let Simmons pick his hole. The cornerback's coming up making a play. He's got to get some help from the inside.
Home receiver far side, 2nd and 5. Right up the middle this time, Wilson, and Wilson has the 1st down inside the LSU 25 to the 24, and the big Aggie offensive line now is really beginning to control the line of scrimmage. And the Tiger defense is weary. Reggie Walker and Clayton Mouton on the stop.
The thing that can hurt you out of the toss sweep, especially the way LSU plays it defensively, is the halfback pass, because you got the quarterback coming up so quick to support the run that the A&M throws the halfback pass. LSU could be in trouble.
Lone receiver near side, I formation. Richardson on the option, tosses it out to Simmons, and Simmons is bouncing off of tackles and still going, and finally is knocked down hard, and the ball is knocked out of bounds 2 yards back down the field. Reggie Walker absolutely leveled Simmons, and the tackle caused a 2-yard loss. He was at about the line of scrimmage, and when Walker dumped him, the ball was knocked out of his hands, out of bounds, 2 yards downfield. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification. It's the LSU Sports Network. Second down and 12 at the LSU 27. Patterson to the far side. Garrett to the near side. And comes in motion. Now sets up also as a flanker near side. A lone running back. That's Wilson. And Pavlis gives it to Wilson. And Wilson is tripped up inside the 25. Down to about the LSU 23-yard line, where it will be 3rd down and long yardage. John Morgan, 245-pound sophomore, tripped him up. And here comes a very big play. Sean King goes in at linebacker and replaces Mike Hewitt. The Aggies 5 of 11 on 3rd down and 10, so it is 3rd down and 8. Lone receiver near side, one to the far side. High formation, they shift out of it and will send Garrett out as a flanker to the near side. And it is Richardson rolling, being pressured. He's being pressured way back here, and he's still on his feet, and is going to be knocked out of bounds at the 20-yard line, short of a 1st down. And Richardson did a great job not to be dropped for about a 20-yard loss. It was number 89, Sean King, who was running him down back around the 40. But he got by him and got it back down to the 20. However, A&M will have to try for the tying field goal. Reggie Walker and Anthony Marshall finally knocked him out of bounds. And in to try it is Lane Talbot. It'll be a 37-yarder, hash marks near side of the field. Waiting on the snap. There it is. It's down. Oh, it's a fake. And he is throwing to throw and tosses it out there. It is intercepted, incomplete. Incomplete. And the Tigers take over. Now, I'm not sure that was intended. I think it was a bad snap. And the Aggies tried to react. And Wayne Williams knocked it away. And the LSU defense has done it again.
The defense came up with a big play that time, almost intercepted by Wayne Williams, and had he been able to pick it off, LSU would have had some field position back the other way, but the Tigers get the ball on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
That was Brian Payne who tried to throw the pass, and LSU has it 1st and 10. And Chad Luke is back in at quarterback, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. One receiver to the far side in a split back formation. Luke has it, fakes the handoff, rolls to the far side, tosses it out to Bishop. He has got it, and down for a very short gain, up around the 23-yard line. Well, that play was effective earlier in the ball game, and Bishop was flagged for a personal foul after he got the pass. Tyrone Malone made the stop. Gain of 3 will be 2nd down and 7.
Jim, that time LSU came out in a formation where it looked like they had 2 tight ends. One of the tight ends was Kitchen. They moved him in, lined him up at tight end. He released. He was open in the middle of the football field. LSU may come back to that play.
Scott Ray flanks out to the near side and Kitchen to the far side. A split back formation on 2nd down and 7. Luke hands it away, and down immediately for a loss at the 20-yard line is Harvey Williams. Boy, the running game is nil for LSU all of a sudden. Lance Tackleman, 250-pound freshman nose guard, just enveloped Williams as soon as he was handed the football, and so it is now 3rd down and 9 at the 21-yard line. And the defense has taken control of this football game on both sides of the ball. 11 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the ball game. 3-0. LSU has been intense. The Tigers are 3 of 10 on 3rd down conversions. Lead one here. They are 3rd and 9. Receivers both sides. Lone running back. Back to throw is Luke. Tosses it, complete. Kitchen trying to come outside, gets by one man, has the 1st down, still on his feet, coming down the near sideline. He may go 45-40. He's at the 35-30. He may go all the way, going to the far side of the field. Kitchen's at the 15-10. He's at the 5. He is in the end zone. What a tremendous run by Todd Kitchen, a 79-yard touchdown. Reception from Chad Luke, and boy, oh boy, you won't see one more exciting than that.
Jim McKee on that play. Todd Kitchen came out. LSU showed a 2 tight end look. One of those tight ends was Todd Kitchen. Started to the middle. That means when he lines up a tight end, he's got linebackers covering. Kitchen came across the middle, stopped, reversed his field, lost the linebacker, and was able to catch the football. Just a good job of running and down the field blocking.
Suarez will try to add point number 10. Dago will spot it down. There's a snap. Down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 10:58 left to play in the ball game. The score is LSU 10. LSU as Todd Kitchen goes 79 yards on the pass from Chad Luke. And Kitchen now has 5 catches for 134 yards tonight. Chad Luke is 10 of 13 for 152 yards. And A&M has to play some catch-up football now. Back deep for the Aggies, Patterson and Garrett. And Luke drills it and hits it into the end zone, and nobody can field it, and A&M will have it 1st and 10 at the 20. Nice job by Suarez, but look, is there a flag down here at the 35-yard line? There is a yellow something, and LSU may have to kick it again and continue to make it. It is offsides, LSU, so the Tigers make it harder than it has to be. And as Suarez had drilled it into the end zone, and now he's going to have to kick it again. And so that is 9 penalties for 96 yards whistle against LSU. Well, that hurts.
That's just, you know, LSU can't do that. You have to keep your focus here. You're up 10-0 in a real defensive football game. You need to keep your focus, settle down. I think the coaches have to get them over there and say, hey, let's just relax, guys, and go out and play good, solid football. We've got this football team right where we want them. We're ahead, forcing them to come, forcing A&M to come out of the running game and have to put the ball up. That's what LSU wants, but you can't have these kinds of mistakes because it'll catch up with you sooner or later against a good A&M football team.
We are to pass along a message to you. We are told that Tiger Vision is briefly off the air due to technical difficulties, and they will be back on shortly, we are told. Well, 5-yard penalty. The kicking game has been something that LSU has not been real great at all year. And Suarez has had to kick it from the 30 on several occasions. And he will again with 10:57 left to play in the ball game, but LSU leading Texas A&M highly favored coming into this ball game. Tigers lead at 10-0. Patterson and Garrett. Garrett to the near side, Patterson to the far side, standing deep, and Suarez will advance on it again. And he does, and he hits another pretty good one. And it is Garrett at the 6 to the 10, 15, 20. 25 out of bounds at the 27-yard line. And so the Aggies had it 1st and 10 at their own 27, and it was Vincent Fuller who ran him out of bounds. And the crowd reacts to one of the LSU cheerleaders who is running around the infield of the stadium carrying the huge LSU flag.
LSU defense now can come after the A&M quarterbacks and just lay their ears back and come in there. A&M, of course, can't panic. They've still got Bucky Richardson in the football game, so they may still be planning on running this football.
Well, there's lots of time left, almost 11 minutes. Receivers both sides and a lone running back. Richardson looks back to the running back, now is under center, and tosses it out to him, and he is off to the races near side and is out of bounds way up at the LSU 45-yard line. That is Randy Simmons, and Marshall knocked him out of bounds, but Texas A&M got a big chunk of it on the first play.
Jim, LSU was in a, you know, somebody must have blown the coverage that time because LSU was outmanned to the short side of the field, which is this side. That's why A&M ran the toss sweep and just got good yardage up the middle. Simmons has carried the ball 14 times, 73 yards.
Receivers on both sides, and Simmons again is the lone running back. On 1st and 10, Richardson fakes, rolls to the near side, being caught, chased, and a pass is batted away. Outstanding defensive play by Mike Hewitt. And Richardson just fired that one to save about a 15-yard loss as he tried to reverse. He faked the play to one side, came back to the near side, and looked Hewitt right in the eye. Good job by Hewitt of coming off the backside, not letting the quarterback get around him, and he put pressure on him. Richardson had no choice. He tried to throw it over the top of him, but didn't work. 2nd down and 10 at the Aggie 43-yard line. One receiver playing way out, man coverage to the far side. And the I formation, here's the option. Richardson gets nothing at the line of scrimmage. He tried the option to the far side, and Bo Davis wrapped him up around the ankles. And it is 3rd down and about 10 now, as Richardson could not make the pitch. The thing that hurt Richardson that time was when he ran the option. He didn't get much of a fake inside to the fullback. And if you don't do that with Bo Davis in there, he'll just pass right by the fullback and go after the quarterback. Mark Butte also had a helping hand. Here is A&M 5 of 12 on 3rd down attempts, 0 for their last 4. And they have a 3rd down and 9 with 10 minutes left to play in the ball game at their own 44-yard line. Split back formation. Richardson straight drop. The Tigers were rushing. Lots of time over the middle. The intended receiver fell down. Doug Carter at midfield fell flat on his face. And the pass falls incomplete, and the Aggies will have to punt it away.
Good job that time. LSU dropped back in coverage, picked everybody up. The running back coming across just tripped over his own feet, went down. Richardson threw the ball. Was lucky it just went incomplete and didn't get the ball intercepted, but good play by this LSU defense.
Kinchin and Adams stand back deep at the Tiger 20, about the 20-yard line. And it is Sean Wilson, who's done an outstanding job of punting the football for A&M tonight, standing at his own 32. There's the snap, and he has hit a wobbly spiral taken by Kinchin at the 15, at the 20, at the 25, still on his feet, still on his feet. If he can get through the Tiger players, he may go! 35-40, 45-50, 35-40, needs the block, doesn't get it, down at the 23-yard line. What an exciting young man, Todd Kinchin. Dennis Ransom finally caught up with Kinchin, and it is first and 10 LSU at the A&M 23-yard line.
Good job of running by Kinchin. He got the football, started to his right, threw the blocker, threw the front coverage team that way, reversed the field, picked up some blockers, was able to move the ball downfield. Had he been able to get one last block, he was gone all the way. Looks like he's listening to Powell, he's moving around. He does a good job of picking his blockers up. He's one block, they just can't seem to get it. And had he been able to get that, Jim, it was all the way. Wayne Williams was leading and just couldn't throw that last block on him.
A 60-yard punt return, and the Aggies call timeout with 9:35 to play in the ballgame. The score is LSU 10, Texas A&M nothing. This is the LSU Sports Network. First and 10, LSU at the A&M 23. Receivers on both sides in a split back formation. Chad Lubin, quarterback, looks to the far side and calls for the football. And he hands it away. And let's see who this is. Odell Beckham. And Beckham is down to the 17-yard line and thrown out of bounds very hard. Beckham on the carry is Alabama. Anthony Williams and William Thomas on the stop. And here's a big play now. Third down. Actually, they put it behind the 16. So it'll be third down and 4 as the Aggie defense shifts around. LSU is 4 of 11. Let's see if the Tigers throw it. Keep it on the ground and try to get into position for a possible field goal.
Toughest play to defend down here defensively when the quarterback gets the ball and sprints out.
Two receivers far side and a lone running back. There's Beckham in motion to the far side. And Luke Rhodes on the option. Looks to toss it. Now he's going to run, and he is very close to a first down. He is out of bounds at the 14, and a big decision coming from Mike Archer here. William Thomas ran him out. All the players on the field are saying, go, go, and I think the Tigers are going to go. They're going to send in a play on fourth down and 1. Brian Jenkins will bring it in. But Jenkins is not in any hurry getting it in there. Harvey Williams is in the ball game, and Beckham checked out. Fourth down and 1 at the A&M 14-yard line with 8:39 left to play in the ball game. LSU leads it 10-0, and the Tigers are taking a long time breaking huddle. Now they come up to the line of scrimmage. Pope and Williams, and it's confusion, and Luke calls timeout. Well, you could see that. You could feel the indecision up here. And Luke wisely calls timeout with 8:39 left to play in the ballgame. The score is LSU 10, Texas A&M nothing. This is the LSU Sports Network. intensity meter is registering about 100% here. Here we go. 4th down and a yard. Luke at the line of scrimmage. Tosses it out. It is Williams trying to turn the corner. Has a shot at it. 15. He's at the 10, the 9. First down and goal to go for LSU. Larry Horton made the stop for A&M, but Harvey Williams with his great foot speed turned the corner. And LSU is first and goal to go at the A&M 8-yard line.
Harvey Williams, 15 carries, 65 yards. Good job by Harvey getting the football. And LSU said, we're going to give it to the fastest guy we've got out here. The guy that we like to have the ball is Harvey Williams, and he's going to beat you to the corner. Good job.
Ryan Jenkins with a great lead block over here, too, and the clock is still running with 8:20. Harvey Williams now with 2,218 yards in his career at LSU. High formation, everybody in tight. Luke at quarterback. Tosses it out, Williams. Far side. Williams 5. He's at the 3. He's to the 1-yard line. Williams on the toss sweep far side, and oh, what a great job the LSU offensive line is doing. Eric Moore made a saving tackle. It was a 2nd and goal for LSU at the Aggie 1-yard line.
Good job that time of LSU just running a toss sweep. Pope, the fullback, does a good job of turning around and picking off one of the linebackers, allowing Harvey Williams to get up inside and get it down to the 1. I think it's going to be Harvey over the top right here.
2nd and goal from the 2. Williams likes to go up and over. Everybody in tight. Luke is the quarterback. It's Williams, and he is close. Let's see. No signal yet. Yes, touchdown. Harvey Williams takes it in. And he just went up and over. Andy Martin and Kevin Mawai helped him into the end zone a little bit. And his Tiger football team much maligned after a surprising loss at Vanderbilt last week has shown these people and these doubters what they're made of here. Here's a try for the point after. Suarez will try to tack on the 17-point. Jesse Dangle will spot it down. There's a snap. It's down. The kick is in the air, and the kick is good. And with 7:26 left to play in the ballgame, the score is LSU 17 and Texas A&M nothing. This is the LSU Sports Network.
Oh, boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, holidays, 3-day shopping and entertainment extravaganza sponsored by the Junior League of News for the All-American KRC through Saturday, October 20th. Holidays will feature shopping, entertainment, food, and all these community projects supported by the Junior League of News. Tickets are available at the door. For more information on holidays, call the Junior League at 924-0298.
Well, 7:26 left to play in the ballgame. LSU just went 23 yards in 6 plays. And Williams from 1 yard out on the touchdown. Suarez, the point after, it is 17-0 LSU. Suarez will kick it away. And he does, and again he angles it to the near sidelines, and again he has knocked the darn thing out of bounds. Well, I don't know why Suarez keeps kicking it to the near side. That is 10 penalties for 101 yards. Everything he kicks is to the near side of the field. It's like a slice off of a golf slice off the tee box.
Jim, I think what LSU's trying to do with their special teams is not kick the football down the middle of the field, allow A&M to get that push up the middle that had hurt the Tigers when they played them a year ago. They think by kicking it to down the hash is where he wants to kick it, or down the numbers, so you only have to defend half the football field. But Suarez is not being effective. He's hooking it too much and pulling it out of bounds. Now he's got to kick it from the 30. You don't have a choice but kick it down the middle of the football field now.
So for the second time in the ball game, Suarez will kick it from the 30-yard line. 17-0 LSU. with 7:25 to play in the ballgame here at a jam-packed Tiger Stadium. We'll try to get the official attendance for you. Have not heard it yet. Suarez this time almost a sky kick, and it is taken at the 15. Back to the 20-25, and stacked up and written out of bounds at the 33-yard line is Steve Segraves, I believe. I beg your pardon, your finger is too big there, Don. I couldn't see where you were pointing.
First down for the Aggies.
Shane Garrett. Okay. An 18-yard return, and Texas A&M has it first and 10 at its 33-yard line.
A&M's coming back with Lance Pavlis. That means they want to try to throw the football a little bit more, and it's about that time.
Pavlis is the quarterback for the Aggies.
Two receivers near side, one to the far side, and a lone running back. Pavlis is the quarterback. Garrett in motion to the far side. Pavlis drops to throw. Three-man rush. Now he's going to run, and he can run a very long time. There's nobody over there. And he will go out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Well, this is the defense that LSU likes to play in this kind of situation. They will rush 3 or 4 guys and drop everybody way back down the field to protect against the long pass, and it ate them up in Vanderbilt last week. So let's see if an adjustment will be made here. Richardson got 8 at 2nd and 2.
The adjustment they need to make, Jim, is have a linebacker responsible for the quarterback in case he breaks loose. The other thing is they may want to blitz a little bit, once or twice.
Receivers on both sides, man in motion coming to the near side in a split back formation. Pavlis hands the ball away, and there's not much there for number 5, who carries it for the first time. That's Keith McAfee. He tried it up the middle and got it only to about the 45-yard line, but it didn't need much. And again, the crowd is reacting to the LSU flag being run around the field. Leonard Harris and Scott Wharton made the stop, but the Aggies got the first down. That's all they wanted, and the clock is running now with less than 7 minutes to play in the ball game. 17-0 LSU. Receivers both sides. Pavlis drops to throw. Three-man Tiger rush, and the pass is incomplete down at the LSU 45. Pavlis tried to hit Shane Garrett down at the Tiger 45-yard line, and right at the first down marker. In the fourth quarter, Tennessee is leading Auburn 26-12. That's a big ball game going on there. 2nd and 10 at the 45. Pavlis is 3 of 10 for 30 yards, and he's been intercepted twice. The Tigers have picked off 3 passes tonight. 2 receivers to the near side, split back formation. Richardson drops to throw, steps up in the pocket, fires it out there, complete, 45. The LSU 40 and out of bounds at the 39-yard line. First down to Gary Oliver, and again, it was a pass in front of the Tiger defense. That is so wide open out there that, and about that length downfield, that if A&M decides to throw there, they can do it all night. This is that LSU bend, but don't break defense.
A&M's just letting LSU drop, then delaying a receiver and bringing it across the middle. That's the guy that's hurting the Tiger defense right now.
First and 10 at the LSU 39. Split back formation, receivers both sides. Here's the big rush, though, and Richardson will go. Pavlis is down way back at the A&M 47-yard line. Big rush that time. And I believe timeout is going to be called. Pavlis was snowed under by Mark Butte, one of the guys that got there, and Clayton Newton. And there is timeout on the field with 6 minutes and 26 seconds left to play in the game. The score is LSU 17, Texas A&M nothing. This is the LSU Sports Network. Got one more left. That's it. Well, we'll have to do a little filling here then. Except Alabama. I don't know why he does that. Second down and 25 for Texas A&M. Back at its own 47-yard line. We have 6:26 to play in the ball game, but LSU leads it 17-0. It has been a tremendous effort by this young LSU football team. Receivers both sides. Now Garrett splits out to the far side. Lone running back in the backfield. Pavlis at quarterback drops the throw. Here comes the Tiger rush. He is engulfed but gets it away. A great catch, but a flag is thrown down at the LSU 45-yard line. Garrett made the catch, and he was stopped immediately by David Walker, but a flag was thrown way downfield. Let's see what that is all about.
It looked like maybe some pass interference or holding against LSU in the defensive secondary.
Well, A&M has not been flagged very much tonight, and it is holding against LSU. Boy, that stuff just keeps on happening, doesn't it? Now, that's going to put LSU well over 100 yards, as these Southwest Conference officials have made it very, very difficult on LSU tonight. In this series, the agreement is when the Aggies come here, they bring their own officials with them. And when LSU goes to College Station, they take Southeastern Conference officials. And this is about the most one-sided calling that I've ever seen. I'm not trying to make any excuses. I mean, maybe it's happening, but my goodness, LSU is well up close to 130 or 40 yards in penalties, and the Aggies have less than 50. 10-yard penalty, second down now, and only 5. Now the officials are trying to decide something else.
That's a tough break. I think he called the holding penalty, probably not on the guy who was defending the Aggie that caught the football.
That's correct. The penalty was way, way away from the play. And okay, now they say it is an automatic first down. Defensive holding. First down, Texas A&M at the 33-yard line. Split back formation. Pavlis rolling to the far side. Cocks and fires, complete, hit down hard at the 28-yard line. Short gain on the play. Pass was complete to Doug Carter, and Darryl McCorvey leveled it as soon as he caught the ball. And the clock shows less than 6 minutes to go in the game now.
Tim, the thing that's impressive about this LSU secondary is the way they close on the football. They have exceptional speed when the ball's in the air. They can really get there and close on it.
Receivers on both sides, split back formation. Pavlis again drops. Here's the Tiger rush. He unloads it over the middle, complete, and down to the LSU 15-yard line. Well, the Tigers were coming that time. Pavlis got Carter slipping out of the backfield. Making the stop was Anthony Marshall, and so it is first and 10, Texas A&M at the LSU 15-yard line.
LSU came with a blitz. Both inside linebackers blitzed that time, and the danger of blitzing is that the quarterback can find the open man and get the ball off. You can be in trouble. A&M's got the ball down in LSU territory. That's what they're trying to score. The Tigers are going to take a timeout here.
Tigers will take a timeout. A&M does not have any left. And so time is called with 5 minutes and 32 seconds left to play in this ball game. LSU leading it by the score of 17-0. And regardless of what the final score ends up being, Greg, talk in the press box is, and I think correctly so, that this is one of the better football games that fans here at Tiger Stadium have been privileged to see in a long time.
Without a doubt, LSU played extremely well. They did the things that they had to do to win, Jim. One was LSU had to keep the game close. They couldn't get blown out early. Coming off that Vanderbilt game up there, everybody expected the team to be a little down emotionally. They didn't do that. LSU was up, played well, got some breaks, got big plays when they needed to, and that's what they had to do to win. They kept it close, tied nothing at half, came back in the second half, got the field goal, and went on from there. That's what was important for the Tigers.
And it could have been more because they had 3 points taken off the board when the field goal was called back and had a first and goal at the 4 nullified on a clipping play. So it's been something, but A&M is trying to get some points of their own on the board. First and 10 at the LSU 14-yard line, maybe the 13. Pavlis drops the throw. He's being pressured, unloads it, and it is caught. And still on his feet, he will go in for a score. 2 Tiger defenders ran into one another at the 5-yard line, and so Texas A&M has scored with 5:24 left to play in the ball game. It was Doug Carter, and it again is the pass that has been the downfall of the LSU defense. It happened to them last week against Vanderbilt, as they could not stop the Vanderbilt passing, and Texas A&M has driven it now 67 yards. David Walkup and Anthony Marshall ran together at the 5-yard line and allowed the pass to be caught and taken into the end zone, and it is 17-6 now, and 5 minutes and 24 seconds for a very long time left to play in the ball. A&M will go for 2. Pavlis sends it a man in motion to the near side, and rolls to throw, and throws, and it is caught, and it is, the official is taken out of the play. Now he gets up and calls it good. Again, it was the pass. And the play to the near side, Garrett caught it, and he was hit immediately, and he went right into the official and knocked him to the ground, but the official got straight up and called it good. So let me just tell you, anything can happen, and as vulnerable, obviously, as LSU is to the pass late in the ballgame, this Tiger offense needs to pick up some yardage and keep the ball for a while. 17-8 is the score. LSU leads it.
Hey, that was a real close call down there. I don't think the receiver got in. I thought it was a good job of keeping him out of the end zone, but the LSU defense allowed them to move the football by the pass. But the thing I like about LSU's defense this time is they didn't just sit back there. They brought people off the corner, ran people up the middle. They got hurt with the play, but they still did that, and that's what you have to do defensively. You can't sit back and just let them move it down the football field.
Well, we watched the replay here, and if I were a betting man, I would say without question he never got into the end zone, and the official had no way of knowing it because he was flat on his back, knocked out of bounds. He got up and signaled too, so it will count.
Well, that was a good job by Anthony Marshall. I think he got over there, got his head across, good football tackling position, and just really ran through the receiver, but all for naught, they give him the 2 points. LSU still leads 17-8. There's still a lot of time left in this game. 5:24. A&M will probably, LSU's looking for it anyway, the onside kick, because the Aggies have to get the ball back.
Harvey Williams is the only one back deep. Oh, well, you betcha if A&M can get the football back and score again, get 2 more points, now you're talking 17-16. So A&M lines up everybody on the far side of the field, and they've got Venetoulis, the kicker, in to try the onside kick, and he rolls it, and it is immediately caught by LSU at the Aggie 48-yard line. Good job, I believe, on Marcus Carter. It was Marcus Carter who fell down on it and made sure he kept it, and so LSU has it 1st and 10 at the Aggie 48-yard line. And the Tigers need to pick up a couple of first downs here. Texas A&M does not have any timeouts. They cannot stop the clock. LSU has 1. Chad Luke back in at quarterback. Darrell Williams and Harvey Williams in the backfield. Kitchen and Carter to the far side. Now 1st and 10 at the 48. Luke at the line of scrimmage sends Carter in motion coming to the near side and hands it away. Whoop, there's a flag on the play.
Looks like the right offensive tackle for LSU jumped just a little early that time. That'll cost them another 5 yards. You know, LSU got to eliminate those penalties. If this team ever plays a good, solid football game, take away the penalties and play well, it'll be amazing how good they could be.
Well, they're pushing 150 yards in penalties and still leading 17-8. May have been Andy Martin that jumped over there. I don't know, but. Well, not only does it give them an extra 5 yards to pick up, but it stops the clock. 5:21 left to play in the ballgame. 17-8 LSU. 2 receivers far side, split back formation. The Aggies with 5 minutes to line of scrimmage. Here is Luke. On count. Sends Ray in motion to the near side, and he hands it away to Williams, and Williams to Submarines to 2. I mean, there was nothing there. He just went right up the middle. LSU right now, I think, more than anything else, is looking to use up clock more than they are anything else. Trent Lewis and Tyrone Malone makes the stop, and the Aggies can't do anything about it. They're just watching, and now there are less than 5 minutes to play.
You know, Chad Luke played really well in this football game. Say he's a redshirt freshman. He comes to the line of scrimmage. He's very much aware of where he is and what's going on in the ball game. He'll watch the clock, get it down, and get the football off. Very heads-up play by the young quarterback.
Receivers on both sides, split back formation. Luke has got to hurry. The play clock down to 1, and he is rolling on the option, and he is wrestled down hard at the 40-yard line. A big loss on the play. William Thomas just jumped up and grabbed Luke and wrestled him to the ground. Nobody touched him, and a big loss. Back to the 40 brings up 3rd down and 21.
That time, Chad Luke faked the handoff to Harvey Williams going the other way. Wanted to run a bootleg. Quarterback keeping it coming back to this side. Just didn't fool the defensive end. He was right there waiting on him.
3rd down and long yardage, and boy, you have to be careful here. If you put the ball up, less than 4 minutes to play now. 2 receivers far side. Toss out to Williams. Wants to turn the corner. Doesn't get much, and is down at the 47. The Tigers will have to punt it. Williams got about 6. As Coriat and Frazier make the stop, and the Tigers are just trying to hang on now.
I think LSU is going to go ahead and take the delay game right here. And trying to burn some time off the clock, or they'll take the clock down to as much as they can.
Tennessee is leading Auburn 26-19 with about 8 minutes left in that ball game, which is intense to say the least. So as this clock is running now, 3:26. The play clock says 8 seconds left, and the Tigers are standing on the near sideline. So that's exactly what they're going to do. Take the 5 yards and then punt the ball away. And that's it. So the play clock is down to nothing. It looks to be a wise choice because Texas A&M now has to score twice in 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
The thing about it here, and Coach Archer told his punter, just get the football off. You know, don't worry about if you shank it or whatever. You need to get the football out of it. The worst thing can happen is for them to block that punt.
A bad snap or a block punt here would be a disaster for LSU. Griffin, who's had a pretty good night punting, standing back at the 28-yard line. Shane Garrett is deep in the end of the 20. LSU being very careful now as they set up. Ready on the snap. There it is. It's a good one. And Griffin gets it away. Nice high-hanging kick. A good one. And a fair catch called for by Garrett. He takes it at the 20. And the Aggies have 80 yards to go to try to score with 2:53 left and no timeout.
LSU defense now has to come out and shut them down right here. We talked a lot about the LSU prevent defense they play. I think LSU changed that up a little bit, Jim. They're still playing the prevent, giving things up underneath, but they mixed it up down there. They came with a man off the corner, got some heat up there, got a lot of pressure on Pavlis. That's what you have to do. I wish they would have started doing it a little farther out from the goal line. They may start doing it here.
Yeah, you're right. They started coming with the blitz, and unfortunately, Pavlis being the good quarterback that he is, Vernon. And he is still in at quarterback. Receivers on both sides in the split back formation. And the official at the line of scrimmage is called timeout for some reason and is going over to say something to R.C. Slocum. Slocum's pointing at the clock. He's upset about something. And I don't know what he could be complaining about. He may be arguing that he has a timeout, which the scoreboard says he does not, or maybe that there should be more time on the clock. I don't know. But anyhow, he is extending things here as he talks very sternly with the referee on the far side of the field. Texas A&M at 3-0. LSU at 2-1, and the crowd here has about had enough of it as Slocum continues to talk to the referee. And the Aggies will re-huddle now. Whatever it is, Slocum takes off his cap and walks away, and they're about to resume play with 2:53 to go in the ballgame.
I think Slocum was a little upset about the fact that the clock ran a couple of seconds after the play was blown dead, but 2:53 is what it's going to read, so he's got to work within that time frame.
Pavlis is 8 of 19. Has thrown a touchdown pass, has been intercepted twice, and the officials are still talking about something. I can't imagine what this is all about. But the field judge now is going over to say something to Slocum, and now the referee is coming over here to say something to the officials on the near side. Now the referee is going to say something to Mike Archer.
They may be putting some time back on the clock here, Jim. You know, Coach Mike Archer is going to be really upset about that. The mistake I think the official made was first going over to Slocum to talk about it, then come back and put the time on the clock. It looks like the A&M coach was effective in getting him to change that, if indeed that is what they do.
Well, they are still verbalizing on the near sideline, the referee with Mike Archer. And we've had about a 3 or 4 minute delay here because of apparently a mistake. Now they have moved it back to 3:12. Is that right?
That's what they've done. They've moved it back to 3:12. LSU is, you know, the thing about it is, again, the official made the mistake of going to the A&M sideline first before conferring with the other official and making that decision. I think that's what's going to cause the real problems on this play.
Well, he put about 20 seconds up there. It's what, 19 seconds, as a matter of fact, and that could be a lot. And I wonder how in the world Slocum was aware of that.
Well,
obviously, that doesn't sit well with the crowd, as you can hear. And here come the Aggies, giving an extra 19 seconds. At the line of scrimmage, and here's Pavlis dropping back to throw. He's being rushed. He will throw. It's complete and hit hard at the 23-yard line. Well, that was Corey Raymond who just dipped the tight end Dennis Ramson and kept him in bounds. Now there are less than 3 minutes to play.
Good head up by Corey Raymond. He just came up and was aware that the man was going to try and get out of bounds, kept him in, and good solid defensive play.
A&M quickly up to the line of scrimmage with receivers on both sides. Pavlis dropping back. The Tigers rushing. Now Pavlis will step up and run. Goes to the far side. He was right to try to get out of bounds, and he does, and stops the clock at the 25-yard line. It'll be third down. Pavlis scrambling, didn't get many yards. He was run out by McCordy, and it stops the clock with 2:39 left to play in the ball game, and A&M will have it third down at about 5. At the 25-yard line, 17-8, LSU leading in this ball game. It was 0-0 at halftime. This has been intense. Two receivers come to the near side now. McAfee and Carter in the backfield. On third down, Pavlis drops the throw. The Tigers are rushing. Pavlis throws. It's complete and down at the 37-yard line to Gary Oliver. It will be a first down. It will stop the clock with 2:33 left to play. Corey Raymond and David Walkup on the stop, and the Aggies are quickly up to the line of scrimmage. 2:33 to go, and Texas A&M does not have a timeout. Receivers on both sides in a split back formation. Tigers have a 4-man front, and here they come. Pavlis drops the throw, steps up in the pocket, throws it out there complete. Oh, what a hit at the 41-yard line. Again, that was Darryl McCorley, and he will level you back there. It was Doug Carter who caught the ball for about a 6-yard gain. Second down and about 4. Clock is coming up now on 2 minutes to play. Receivers on both sides, split back formation. Pavlis again drops. The Tigers are rushing. He rolls, he throws. It is incomplete at midfield. Again intended for Carter and thrown a little bit behind him. And it'll be third down and 5 now. And the clock is stopped with 1:57 left to play. 17-8. LSU leads Texas A&M, and nobody has left this arena. And I don't know why we haven't had the official announcement. There's got to be close to 80,000 people here. Receivers on both sides in an I formation. Now they send Garrett out to the near side and the lone running back in the backfield. Pavlis drops the throw. 4-man rush. He fires it deep and intercepted! Intercepted by Raymond. And that should do it. Corey Raymond with a diving interception at the LSU 41-yard line. The 4th interception of the ball game. The 3rd for Pavlis. It was intended for Shane Garrett and badly overthrown. And that should just about turn out the lights. Raymond with a great diving interception. And LSU has just to run out the clock now, and A&M has no timeouts. 1st and 10 LSU at its 41-yard line. In the ball game, Mike Garrett is in there for LSU, and everybody is in tight. Tigers only have to snap it about 3 times. Luke gives it away to Garrett. Garrett scoots up to the 45-yard line. He got 3. Anthony Williams on the stop. And the clock is running. 1:35 to go, and LSU is going to win this football game. A tremendous comeback after the big letdown of the loss to Vanderbilt. To play now. Second down and 6. High formation, strong to the far side. Luke taking a lot of time. Has the ball and gives it again to Garrett. And Garrett fumbles the football, I believe. But I think LSU got it. Garrett had it knocked away, but LSU recovered at about the 47-yard line. I think Bishop, the tight end, got it. And now there's less than a minute to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Tigers.
Third down and 4.
Against the University of Florida Gators.
It was a Bishop who recovered Garrett's fumble.
Texas A&M will be back at Kyle.
Harvey Williams is in the ball game now, along with Darrell Williams on third down and 4. Luke, long count, gives it to Harvey, and Harvey is into Aggie territory, close to the first down. That will do it. They won't have to snap it again, I don't believe. William Thomas made the stop. Whoop. No, they stopped the clock to measure. Now, that's a wise move for A&M because they can do that. They can ask for a measurement when it is that close, and they did. It's pretty obvious that it's not a first down, but it makes LSU have to do something. So, actually, I think the clock will start again as soon as they place it down, and LSU will only have to snap the ball. Well, there it goes. Matter of fact, they don't. There's 23 seconds on the play clock and 21 on the game clock. They don't have to do a thing, and they won't. The Tiger coaches are embracing on the near sidelines. The Aggies are taking off their helmets. The Tiger players rejoice. And let's listen to this crowd count it down. And there it is. The LSU Tigers have beaten Texas A&M. Mike Archer is congratulated by R.C. Slocum in midfield. The Tiger players are jubilant, and they have a reason to be. LSU now goes to 3-1 on the year. A&M drops to 3-1, and as Tiger Baldwin, I believe, has shown without a shadow of a doubt that it can play with most anybody. And once it learns to correct its own mistakes, it could be awesome. Final score, LSU 17, Texas A&M 8. We'll be back after this on the LSU Sports Network.